Hello and welcome to NintendoPals Podcast episode 55. Tonight, we're talking Switch price drop in Europe, new Switch update with Bluetooth, and our thoughts on Canada. All that and more. Well, hello, fellow Nintendo pals. I am Andros, and I am joined this week by my fellow co-host and Nintendo Pals podcaster, Micah.
Yep.
That's extra loud. And you might notice Micah sounds nice and crisp this week as
Hopefully it sound a little better.
He has upgraded his microphone game, so that'll be really nice. And we are also joined by he's everywhere online. He just everywhere. So you can find this guy YouTube, TikTok, Twitch. Man, you name it. Just look up Johniibo. Welcome, John.
What's up? How's it going? Happy to be here.
Hey, we're happy to have you on. Thank you so much for agreeing to come on, and it didn't take any bribery this time around. That's real nice.
Sometimes I have like a fee, appearance fee, but I waived it this time.
Yeah, appreciate that. Johniibo is, I think I discovered you through our mutual friend N64 Josh, who is a fantastic podcast pal. You do the Halo Infinite podcast with him, and also have been a semi-regular appearance on the Nintendo Powercast over there.
I'm what the people want, so
yeah.
Josh knew that, and he brought me on.
Yeah, well, they need to have some sort of Nintendo fan over there.
I know, right? Exactly.
He's not even playing his Switch anymore.
And I'm the Nintendo shill of the internet. If you listen to the TikTok comments, so we. Perfect fit.
Yes. Well, for those that are new here, this is the Nintendo Pals podcast. We talk about Nintendo news, Nintendo rumors, and we answer questions that we get from and topics that we get submitted from our community. We have a fantastic community, and we recently got an absolute blast surgence of Apple podcast reviews, and I kind of wanted to go through those really fast. I know this is probably real exciting for Johniibo to be a guest here for while we read reviews, but these are really awesome, and want to give a huge thanks to everybody who left us reviews across different platforms. So first off, we got from Stormblessed 2019. He says, family-friendly fun. This is a great podcast if you are or want to be part of the gaming world. They mentioned so many games that I would never know about and sound totally awesome. The banter between the two hosts is really funny, and I would recommend this podcast to anyone who needs to decompress and just have a laugh. And the next one here is from a Talking Fish. 5-star review says, wholesome Nintendo discussion. It's wholesome, it's Nintendo, it's discussion. What more could you want? I love that. It's what more could you want? Oh, man. And then we got one from XJonix84 says, some good-natured Nintendo talk. A fun and family-friendly listen. Appreciate that. Shy Guy, good family-friendly Nintendo content each week. Darth Spider X says it's all in the name. 2 pals talking Nintendo. What more could you ask for? We have a lot of comments that are like, what more do you need? What more do you need than Nintendo Pals podcast? Well, maybe what more you need is some awesome video content creation, because we are also on YouTube and TikTok and Instagram and Twitter. We are not on Facebook because Instagram basically is Facebook. And
I don't know how to use Facebook.
Yeah. Facebook literally shut down the page we made for it like 3 times. So I'm like, I'm done. I'm not dealing with that.
Also, I don't want my mom knowing. That's fine. I don't want my distant relatives knowing what I do.
You don't want your mom knowing.
My mom knows. She knows I'm super famous on TikTok.
You don't want your relatives to know, though. We don't want to let that out of the bag.
They're asking like handouts and things, you know.
I know. They're like, you're making the big bucks now.
Oh, then you get people calling you up and be like, hey, do you know how to hook up this printer? You know how to use that TikTok, so I was thinking you're pretty tech savvy. Oh my goodness, the amount of times I've been asked things like that because I'm a software guy by trade. And so that's all we got for new reviews on Apple Podcasts. And then I'm sorry, we have more. I'm not sorry. I'm sorry. I'm really thankful that these people have all gone out and given us 5-star reviews, and I want to shout them all out. So let's come here to where is it? I had it open and then I closed it. Of course. While I am looking for this, if you are listening to this on Apple Podcasts, then please drop on over and leave us a 5-star review. It really does help us out, helps us move up in the magic algorithm that is Apple Podcasts. And if you're not an Apple user, there are other places that you can leave a 5-star review. A couple options that I know off the top of my head are Podchaser and Podcast Addict. Both of those places let you leave a 5-star review. Podchaser is a really easy one to sign up for, so definitely recommend checking that out. And I am almost to it. I don't know why it's taking me so long to get to this spot here. All right. So we got a 5-star review from Morgan. Says, very fun, rather eccentric. Sometimes, in parentheses, always a great listen. It's nice being able to listen to the podcast without worrying about my children overhearing stuff they shouldn't. Really love all the shout outs to our family-friendly nature.
I know, that's pretty good.
And then we got this one from Alan. Says, 2 dorky dudes talking all things Nintendo. One guy has hair that goes up, the other's hair goes down.
It might have been when my hair was a little longer.
They're the yin and yang of podcasts and entertaining to listen to. Thank you so much for the fantastic review there. And let's see. I know we've got more than that, but I can't find them quickly. My goodness, why is this site so difficult to navigate all of a sudden? It's because I'm usually on it on my phone. All right. Humble Talpid says, "Yep, this podcast is pretty good, yo." That might be one of my favorites, because that's like Micah's line every time we start the episode. Yep, pretty good. A review from Mason says, very great. And a review from Eli Bear that says, fantastic Nintendo podcast. And my goodness, we have so many on here. I'm gonna save the rest of these for next week. So if you didn't hear your shout out, we'll shout these out next week. And if you would like us to give you a shout out, and if you want to help support our show, please hop on over to one of these platforms, leave us a 5-star review. If you don't want to do that, you got a social media, you got an account somewhere online, you on Reddit, share our podcast around the internet. You have no idea how much that helps with search engine optimization, helps us climb to the top of the charts. And like, seriously, on Podchaser, we are now the number 2 ranked Nintendo podcast, just from all these people leaving reviews on here. And Apple Podcasts, like, we've climbed as well. It really does make a difference, and really appreciate everybody who has done that and who is going to do that now, because I've been like, guys, do it. It's so fun. Okay, all that stuff out of the way. John, you play some Nintendo games, right? So
I play a lot of Nintendo games. Yes.
Well, why don't we hop over to the first segment of our show and let's talk Whatcha Playin. So we'll start with you, John, as our guest. What have you been playing lately?
So I made a TikTok the other day about how I buy too many games, and I did it again last night, but it was worth it. I bought a Cruisin' Blast.
Oh, yeah.
On the Nintendo Switch. It is so fun. I did not expect it to be as enjoyable as it is, but I was unlocking. You can unlock dinosaurs and helicopters, and It's just a fun arcade racer. It's a little steep. It's $40, but it was a fun time last night at least.
Yeah, Cruisin' Blast, I have always enjoyed at the arcade. I did not pick this one up, but everybody that has said it's awesome. So it might be one that tempts me, but I've just got, there's so much coming out, and I'm playing so much. I was like, it's on the B tier of buy list, It's not an A or S tier buy. So I was like, I'll wait.
I always go into the fall gaming season as like, I'm not gonna buy that many games. Then I immediately buy every single game that comes out.
There you go. That's why all those people are like, he's a Nintendo guy.
I play other games, okay? Jeez.
He's got a Halo show.
I got a Halo show.
And don't you have all three big consoles?
Yeah, I have all three. I have the PS5, the Xbox Series X.
Now that by itself is an impressive feat, because finding an Xbox and a PlayStation's like unicorn hunting.
Yeah, so like I got super lucky. I was able to pre-order them the first day the pre-orders went live. I mean, I'm fortunate enough to work from home, and I was able to just have the sites up the whole time. But as soon as they went live, I got them. I got them both. So pretty excited about that.
That is really, really awesome. Because I know people are still looking for PlayStation, still looking out there. But I mean, are you? I'm gonna guess that you're gonna be a day one OLED owner.
Yeah, I have it pre-ordered.
Yes. I'm in that boat as well. I've got my pre-order. I'm getting jazzed up. We're less than a month out. We're gonna be.
I know. I have a day one Switch, so I have a 4.5-year-old Switch, and it feels old. It dies super quick when I play in handheld mode. So I cannot wait for that updated battery. Because I didn't get the red box Switch that they released a couple years ago.
Yeah, with like the updated battery, slightly new SKU and different battery. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat, but for some reason I haven't been playing handheld all that much recently, so I haven't really noticed the battery life not being that good. But that tempts me a little bit, the improved battery life in the screen.
So did
not,
you
not the kickstand? Man, I'm excited for the kickstand.
I mean, I don't know if I ever tried to use the kickstand. If I'm playing handheld, I like to be laying down, so I usually just get a pillow and then prop it up against that. So
did you go with
maybe I'd use the kickstand if it was better though in that situation.
Hey, it is, but mine falls off even when I'm not using it. Like it just sometimes when I take it out of the dock, it just kind of like falls off.
Mine is gone. I don't know where it went. I seriously have no idea what happened to it. When my kids like
still there,
like pulling it in and out.
Is that the Zelda Joy-Con?
Yes.
They're dark blue. They're Zelda Joy-Con.
Yeah, it's the Zelda Joy-Cons. Those are the best Joy-Cons, man. They're gorgeous. Love how those look. But I'm about to get the white Joy-Cons, which I'm pretty pumped for. Is that the color scheme you went with?
Yeah, I think if I would have only been able to get the black, I probably would not have. No, I would have bought it, but I was able to get the white pre-ordered.
I think I was.
Something about the white just looks really good.
Yeah. I
might not want to use those though. Like white controllers do not hold up well over time. Like even my like PlayStation 5, it's looking a little grimy. I got to clean it a bit.
Yeah.
So white.
Yeah. White doesn't hold up. Yeah, maybe those are just display Joy-Cons. I mean, because now I've got the Zelda and the like standard red blue, so I don't need to use those. I don't have any need for 6 Joy-Con.
It's not about need.
Yeah,
it's never about need for Nintendo.
Yeah, well, for me personally, I like hardly play with Joy-Con. I'm like always playing Pro Controller.
Yeah, whenever possible.
Yeah, Pro Controller's the way
I wish they would release more special edition Pro Controllers. I have a original Pro Controller, and I wanted to get the Splatoon 2 Pro Controller.
Yeah, that's a nice looking one. Yeah.
I wonder if they'll release one for Splatoon 3 when it comes out. But
Yeah, I keep
that's
hoping.
feeling old for me too.
Yeah, I keep hoping because we had the absolutely gorgeous one from Monster Hunter, but I'm not a big Monster Hunter guy, so I was like, like I thought it was really cool, but I don't want to get one for a game I'm not like peak hype for. So just put literally any Nintendo IP, and I'll buy it probably like a Mario one, a Zelda one, Metroid. Metroid would have been a really cool controller. A nice like Samus gold suit, or even with the like new suits color scheme for Metroid
I
Dread.
can't believe they didn't do a special edition OLED
Yeah,
Yeah.
for Metroid.
yeah, it's
That's really
it's
hopeful.
it's a travesty, honestly. Well, so you've been playing Cruisin' Blast. What else have you been playing, John? You got anything else?
I've been playing WarioWare. WarioWare Get It Together.
Nice.
This is my first WarioWare game, and the first night I played it, I was kind of down on it because you could beat the single player mode in about 2 hours. But that's not where that's the tutorial. The real game doesn't start until after you beat the single player game, after you unlock all the characters. Because then all the other modes unlock, like Wario Cup, which is like their ranked mode, and then you can upgrade your characters. There's a ton of stuff to do in that game that I did not realize the first night that I played, and I'm enjoying it a lot. I don't know if either of you guys have played that game.
Oh yeah, absolutely loving it. I played some today, actually. It's one that my son really is digging this game. Like, it's been his go-to. So we play a lot of the co-op. We did the whole story mode co-op basically, and yeah, and then you're 100% right. It's like the story mode's basically the tutorial. After that's when the game like really unlocks, and I'm having a blast with it. There's like a whole gotcha system in it for unlocking color combos that I just had no idea was even there until after I beat it. That's really fun. It's really good.
Yeah, because if you look at that achievement list, it says like get Wario to head honcho or something, and I'm like, what does that mean? And then you have to go into your crew, and they have that whole chicken gotcha thing.
Yeah,
And
and
you
it's all
level up your
using
characters.
in-game currency, so no need to
Yes.
worry about that.
It is it's slightly in-game pay to win. Because have you done the Wario Cup stuff?
I haven't done the Warrior Cup because I guess we're on a new challenge this week, huh?
This week
the first week was the absolute worst challenge they could have led with. They're like,
You don't
you're
like
gonna
9 volt? You don't like 9 volt?
you're gonna play as a 9 volt, and we're turning up the speed to 20. Like, ugh. 9 volt's the worst character to play. I love his character, but like to control, it's such a pain, such a pain.
This one is you create your own crew.
Oh, nice. Okay, I should probably go do this then because it's only a week long.
And it starts, slowest speed, lowest level. So it's not the 9 volt challenge. Is just like threw you into it. I didn't realize the game could even go that fast when I was playing it. So
Yeah.
this is much more.
This
This
nice
would have
to
made
do a little
sense in the
warm-up.
first week as opposed to the second week.
Yeah, we know you just got this game. Here's what it's like with the difficulty all the way up.
Yeah. It was like just taking a freaking flamethrower to the audience and just like, there you go. Here's the hardest it gets. Yeah, I'm glad this week's is better. I forgot it was a new week already. So I haven't gone back and checked it. I've just been playing a lot of like going back and doing the levels again and just seeing how far I can get. That's been a blast to play through. Who's your go-to crew? Like when you form your own crew, what characters do you go with?
I go with Wario. That's
Yeah.
number one. I go with the kid that jumps, like the second one you get.
Cricket?
I don't know. Yeah, that might be the name. And then Mike. I like Mike a lot.
All right, yeah, those are like my go-tos. I go with Wario, and then now I use Master Mantis instead of Cricket. They're basically the same, but he can like go to the wall.
He can walk on the ceiling.
And then for 4, I do Orbulon, and then interchange between Mike and Ashley. I just find them the easiest ones to control and the most versatile. So like if you get put into a mini game, you're not going to just be hosed because like, oh, my character can't move, or my character is stuck running. And like every other character in the game has some real significant drawback to playing as. But for the single player, I've been just doing like all crew because I feel like that's kind of a more fun way to play, and I don't want to. Yeah, that's been my go-to. Is like just give them all, give them all to me. 9-volt is my least favorite by far.
Oh yeah, I agree. 9-volt's so annoying to try to control.
Which is crazy because he has the best levels. Because he's got the Nintendo
Yes,
Classics.
yes.
Oh, those are awesome. Those are so fun. And I played through. I went back and unlocked all of those like first thing because I was like, what games am I missing? And in the main game, I never got the Fire Emblem mini game. I don't know if you saw that one where it's like
Yeah, the tea time.
tea time, and the instructions that come up are confess feelings.
Have you played Fire Emblem? Have you played Three Houses?
I haven't played Three Houses, no, but I'm familiar with.
Tea time with the characters.
Yeah, tea time was all about like the build relationship portion of the game.
Yeah.
I just thought it was hilarious in WarioWare, just like throw you in and it's like you have to like pick the right choice to win over the character from Fire Emblem.
Yeah, those are definitely my favorite games of the Nintendo Classics. Even the boss levels, where you just go through a Super Mario World level, they're super fun.
Oh yeah, those are great. It's like the game just surprises you with you're like, whoa, they put this in here. When I first hit Super Mario World level that you had to actually play through, I was like, I can't believe it. I just can't believe this is real. Like this is in a Wario game. Yeah, super fun. Nice. Well, any other games you want to highlight before we move to Micah?
I don't know. I play a lot of Smash. I've been playing a lot of Pokemon Unite. I just play a variety of games. I can't be one of those people that play one game all the time. It drive me up a wall.
Yeah. Pokemon Unite's a blast. You're sharing at the start of before we started the recording that you're trying to get up to master rank before we get the big dump of mobile players into the platform.
Yeah, I'm Ultra 3 right now, and I think I have 5 days.
Yo.
I don't remember what all the tiers are. Is Ultra the one right below, or does it go veteran?
Yeah, Ultra's right below, so I need to get through
Okay.
Ultra 3, 4, and 5. And, you think it wouldn't be too hard, but your teammates are dragging you down most of the time.
Micah knows that, yeah. I am that teammate.
I've been doing it solo. Like I haven't been playing with like a squad of 5. Because I honestly think it's easier if you're doing it alone, because you're more likely to get queued up with other solo players as opposed to a team of 5 that knows what they're doing.
Yeah, we did a stream with some other community members playing with 5, and we got just destroyed.
Oh,
yeah. And
absolutely smoked like the first couple.
Yeah, I think we did a total of 4 matches, and we won the last one. Like team building exercise. We got slightly better each time. But yeah, those because I didn't realize that it paired you if you're in a group of 5 with another group of 5, and
I think that's how it works.
It's very likely that group of 5 knows what they're doing, and in this case, they definitely did. They were all like pay to win. They all had like buddy shields, and
always rotate Dreadnought. No matter what happens, leave your lane, go to Dreadnought. That's the only tip you need to know.
Yep.
That, and don't go for Zapdos if you're winning.
Exactly.
The love of all that is holy. Don't do that.
Don't surrender before Zapdos either, please. For the love of God. Don't surrender before Zapdos.
Yeah. And there's always a chance.
There is always the chance with Zapdos. Zapdos is a 2-edged sword of a mechanic that I'm not sure I like, but it is nice if you're team is
It feels
failing.
good when you get it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Although sometimes it almost feels a little dirty when you get it and then you end up winning. But like,
No, I
12
like seeing
points,
that
and you're
win.
just
I
like,
like seeing that win.
I don't know if I like that. Like, I feel bad. Essentially, what I do when the other team gets Zapdos is you don't even bother trying to defend for the most part, because I mean they can score instantly unless you're someone who can take out a couple of their squishy characters real quick. I just
Yeah.
go to score on them while they're scoring on us, and that's sometimes works out, and you can get a fair amount of points and still win. But yeah, I think Zapdos is a little too powerful.
Yeah, maybe a bit. I don't know. Could you imagine if they implemented a Zapdos into like League of Legends? The outcry from players in that sphere. I kind of want them to do that. I just want to. I like to stir the pot in that regard. See what
Yeah, I mean,
happens.
they kind of have something, Baron Nashor, but I mean that just helps you cement your victory essentially. And if your team's like really bad and you steal that, you're not going to come back from a huge deficit.
Yeah. Whereas in Unite, you definitely can if you get Zapdos and you have like no points. Yeah. Yeah. Have you had a match where you've gotten 0 points, John? Because we have.
Yeah,
I was like, oh, that was bad.
0 points. 0 points isn't as bad as just getting like 2 or 3. I think I've had one where we got like 4 points.
You're like, what was this
And-
guy? Why did he
Yeah, what
scored
is
4
happening?
points? Yeah.
Yeah, what are you
Yeah,
doing?
I think that's like one of the meta strategies now. You get like there's some item that increases your attack every time you score. So you just get a lot of low points at the beginning and score a bunch, and it gives you
Okay.
pretty good bonuses throughout the match. I haven't
Yeah,
tried
but
that,
if
so
you
I'm not
ended with
100%
4, then
sure.
that doesn't help. That
Yeah.
then apparently didn't
Yeah,
help.
The team, we were not jiving that time. We were.
And I mean, a lot of it is like your teammates aren't necessarily bad. It's just there's a lack of communication.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm of the mindset that you don't need to communicate. Just rotate Dreadnought. That's all. You,
I mean,
like,
yeah, well, I mean, you need to
go
be
in
on
a
the same
circle.
slight brain length to
if you're an ultra class and you're not rotating Dreadnought, delete the game.
Well, I had a match where I was playing solo, and I got put. Everybody, no one claimed lanes, so I did claim a lane at the beginning. You know, you can do that in the chat. Be like, I'm going top, and no one did. No one else did, and we start, and everybody splits, leaving me to be the jungler, the center. And I was like,
Ugh,
Yeah.
keep jungling.
I am slowpoke. I am not a center
Yeah,
character.
I'm in that exact same situation, a jungle slowpoke, because everyone just rushed the lanes. I was like, okay, I guess I'll go jungle.
And we
Sure we
did
lost.
win. We did win.
Oh, did you?
Yes.
That's the new meta. You know,
Yeah.
use your defender as the.
But
This is
I was
jungler.
I was like, oh man, this is not gonna be good. Put a defender in the middle lane. That's awesome. Pokemon Unite is a blast. If you haven't tried it out, it's free to play. Definitely check that out.
Come to
Micah.
mobile this week.
Yes, yes. Yes, and if you pre-register for that, you get like a bonus skin for your Pikachu.
You get free Pikachu too if you don't have it.
Oh, I should do that. I should go pre-register for that.
Do I not have Pikachu? I trying to remember. I haven't played as Pikachu, so I guess I must not.
Well, Micah,
Yeah,
what?
I've also been playing some
What?
Pokemon Unite.
Okay, good.
And so let me tell you, once you get into Masters, your teammates do not get better. In fact, there are some opinions that they get worse. So you like can't get kicked out of Masters.
It's like
So
it's
they're
like
just doing
professional
whatever they
sports.
want.
It's like professional sports. College sports, they're going for it. They're going for the big league. But then when they get to the big league, they're like,
They're just phoning it in.
Yeah.
I've made it. Yeah. Yeah.
Like Rocky in one of the Rocky movies, I can't remember. He loses his edge because he's already made it to the top. And I think Mr. T beats him up or something. Then he comes back and fights him again. I don't remember. It's been too long.
I don't think the rank you are in that game really tells how good you are at that game. It's just how long you've played it.
Yeah, because I mean, you get as long as you essentially keep like an even win rate on those earlier stages, you can get like bonus points that can kick you up. So as long as you're playing decent and winning as many as you lose, eventually you'll make it to Masters.
How long did it take you to get there?
Um, I I did it relatively quick, but also from playing quite a bit. I did it within like 3 weeks to a month when it came out, I think, but I played quite a bit, and I think that's especially useful since, well, and frustrating at times, but like earlier on when people weren't as good per se, didn't have as much experience, you could carry your team a little better. Now that more people know what's going on,
It was
it's a
before
little
we
more
got
competitive.
Spelunky, because now that's like where all the free time goes.
Yeah.
You can you play Spelunky 2 online?
Spelunky 2 has
Yes.
online, yeah, and it works very well.
Co-op? Oh man, I need
Usually,
to try it.
every
I do own it. Do own that.
oh, yeah, it's really fun. Every once in a while, you lose connection, and that can be a real bummer if
On
you're
a good
having a good
run.
run.
But that happens so infrequently I almost don't mention it. But
Yeah,
it
I think
has
it's
happened to
happened.
us.
It's maybe happened like 5 to 7 times, and we've probably played like 30 hours online. So
Yeah.
it's not that common.
Yeah.
Have you beaten it?
The first
Ooh,
ending. There's 3. Spoilers.
it's-
Spoilers for
yeah.
everyone. But there's a secret ending and then there's a secret ending.
Then
And
there's
I
the
don't know if I
super
want to go
secret.
for the super secret ending because
True.
it's a doozy to get to that.
Do you play any other roguelikes or is it just
Yeah,
Spelunky?
we're
I've
big
played
roguelike.
quite a few.
Micah is a huge roguelike
I
fan, and I think I am as well. I'm like, I think I like roguelites. It's definitely we're gluttons for punishment. You know, we like to play games that just punish us.
Yeah, I feel like Spelunky is potentially the most unforgiving roguelike I've ever played. I had a run like a couple weeks ago where I got up to 45 health. You start with like, do you start with 4 health? I don't even remember.
Yeah, it's 4. Yeah, it's 4.
And I just like it was like the greatest run of my life. And then I got insta killed by a block trap that smashed me. And I literally never even saw it. I was like sinking through quicksand stuff, and I like looked ahead to like try and map out my path, and then I just hear myself get smashed and explode, and I have no idea what happened. But yeah, I mean, you can even if you're having like the greatest run of your life, just one little mistake and it's instantly over.
Yeah, yeah.
I love
But
roguelikes. Have you played Hades?
Oh yeah,
yes,
we're big fans of
I really like
Hades.
that one.
That's probably my favorite one.
Have you played Enter the Gungeon?
I have. I'm terrible at it, but I have played it.
I think that one might be my favorite. Just that one has like so many items that each like run can be wildly different. And like all the items like synergize with each other differently and give different bonus effects.
Yeah, yeah. It's kind of like the steroided item roguelike of anything I played, just because there's so many combos of things that can happen. And I mean, I don't think I don't know how any one person could unlock everything. There's just that many items. There's so many, and things that just have like real specific use cases that you might never see that happen. But I really like it for that because there's something new every run, which is pretty cool. Where Hades did, like, I love how they integrated the story into that. Like everything about that felt great and polished, but it did have a little less of that discoverability. It's like
I tended to try and go for the same build every time, essentially,
Yeah,
depending on what
agreed.
like starting weapon I was going with. But
yes,
I mean, I did like the punishment pact. I think that's what it's called. That let you like kind of tailor the difficulty. So like no matter how good you are,
You could
it
upscale
will
it.
be a challenge. Yeah. I don't know if anyone has ever beaten it with everything. It doesn't seem possible, but I'm sure someone probably has, I guess.
I've seen people beat that game first run, which is
Yeah.
just insane.
The world record is like 2 minutes faster than the best run I've ever had, and I like fully upgraded all my things at that point. So it's just insane.
It's crazy. Yeah. So you have Spelunky 2. You haven't tried it yet. Definitely try it, John. It's so good. I have sunk so much time into that game. It's like
60
I'm like,
hours
oh yeah,
now, I think?
I'll just do a couple runs, and then I'm like an hour every night at least into Spelunky 2. Loving it still playing that a whole bunch. And Micah and I played some this week, and we had some really good runs that all ended really sad.
Yeah.
Classic Spelunky. That's definitely my favorite roguelike. I think I don't know why I have an addiction to Spelunky, but like the first game I had on Steam well before it came out on Switch, and I beat the game. I did all the achievements, which what includes beating the game without collecting any money, beating the game in under 10 minutes, and like there were some challenge runs in there that are just like really hard. The no money was like crazy difficult, but super fun.
How do you like what? You just reset every time you touch a piece of gold?
Yeah, if you get a piece of gold, you got to reset. Yeah, it's basically
Oh.
another way to die.
You gotta good at like whipping money away from you.
Yep.
Oh
You
my
can go down
goodness.
paths. Yeah, I did.
I now I
That's
really want to play
terrible.
Spelunky 2 tonight. I don't. That's probably what I'm gonna do tonight. Play some Spelunky 2. Load it up.
You
Yeah.
probably won't regret it.
I might regret it. I'd be super angry while playing it, but
Yeah, sometimes after Spelunky, I play some Pokemon Unite to like work out my frustration.
Which
And
is
it doesn't
just
kinda
the
always
weird.
work.
which
It
is
sometimes
just the
makes it worse.
perfect the perfect
yeah,
game
it's
to
definitely chill game. Yeah, definitely perfectly chill.
I definitely don't do ranked after playing Spelunky. I just like to go into the more relaxed regular.
I don't usually get like upset at games. I'm usually pretty chill, but ranked on Pokemon Unite just ignites something inside me that
Yes,
just
I've
I can't fight.
yeah. Yeah, yeah. I'm kind of the same way. Sometimes I get quite frustrated. I one time my team was winning. We like just got Zapdos and like we're making a great comeback. And I was like, okay, retreat. We just need to fall back and defend our 2 points because we're in the lead. And all four of my other teammates chased two people down like across the map for like a minute and a half. And I'm just spamming like retreat and come back because I couldn't defend both points at the same time. So they ended up scoring 100 points with like 20 seconds left and winning. And I was so
Pure
annoyed
pain.
at my teammates. Yeah, I was like, please fall back. We're in the lead. We don't need to be doing whatever you're doing right now. But
not
moving
fun.
on. Yeah. But
Um,
I do enjoy the game usually.
do you have any other games you want to highlight?
I played one match of Fortnite and I ended up winning. So I decided not to play another match that night. And I played some like random community creations. So I mean, I feel like I won my match. I'm probably not gonna end on another high note like that, playing some more. So just tried out some random death runs
Nice.
people had created.
Man, I also played
So
some
that was pretty
Fortnite
fun.
this week and had friends join and some other friends join and then people from the community join. So we ended up with like 9 people in the party when I just hopped on with my wife to play to play stuff. It was super fun. Everybody was welcome to join. You know, like it's open. You can just join up a party, and just everybody decided to join at once. It was a good time playing some Team Rumble. This new season, I am digging it. I'm digging it. Last season I wasn't into. I didn't play like hardly at all. But this
They
one,
kind of brought back miniguns, which are one of my favorites.
I just like I don't know. I like the battle pass this time around. It's
I just want that Carnage skin. That's a cool skin.
yeah, all the rewards in this battle pass I thought were pretty sweet. They've got like these sword emotes and different things that I'm really looking forward to playing this season, and I like the map redesign stuff. Uh, yeah, yeah. I don't know why. I'm back into it after being away for a season. Now, John,
I'm
you've been playing Fort for a long while, right?
Oh yeah, I've been playing. Geez, I've been playing since like chapter 1, season 3, I think.
That's about when Micah and I started. I think we were in season 4, chapter 1.
And I'm still terrible at it. I still don't know how to build.
But yeah, you just blame that on like the Switch being kind of laggy and the frame rates
Yeah.
dropping.
I do.
and do what the rest
So
of
you
us.
got? Do you play on Switch? Are you guys playing on Switch?
We do.
Yeah,
Even though
Why?
we both have
it's
we
painful
both
sometimes. Well, I used to have a good gaming PC.
yeah, I have
still
a
kinda
gaming
do.
PC and I could play it on that. I just play everything I play is on Switch, man. I'm like I just prefer it over here. I don't know why. I'm a weirdo. I have a PC.
I get it.
But it's nice to have
I
that
remember when it
excuse.
came to Switch. It came to Switch in season 4, right? That's when it came.
Yes. Oh, so it would have been right
Uh,
when it came to Switch. That's when I started playing it.
Yeah. And I was making content back then, and I remember like so many people were playing on the Switch, and the Switch lobbies are um different. I would say different. They're slightly easier than other lobbies.
Yeah, I don't know if it's still the case, but like when it first started, wasn't it paired with mobile? So
Yeah.
it was like cake because if you're playing with a pro controller against someone playing on their iPhone, oh you're gonna win. But on the flip side, if you get paired with someone using PC and you're playing with your pro
Right.
controller, you're dead.
Yeah, you can. I feel like you can usually tell when someone's playing on PC because you see building like I've never seen before on, at least not against Switch opponents.
Yeah, it's just magic.
You're also in 30 FPS,
Oh, on a
and
good day.
the draw distance
On
is
a
like
good
right
day.
in front of your
It
face.
jumps down to 9 in like every battle I've ever been in at some point. It's always dropping to single digits.
That's not good. We need that Switch Pro, right? We need that Switch Pro.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I feel like it gets better every time they have. Like at the start of this new chapter, it seemed like it was running pretty well, but it seems like the further into each chapter or whatever they get, they like add more and more things, and it just like jugs it down more and more until they finally do some cleanup, and then it gets good again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't played on Switch in a very long time.
Hoffman in chat says Switch Fortnite is not a good idea. Hey, you play with us. Well, we'll show you. You can win.
Technically,
Yeah, I was playing
occasion.
the other night, and Hoffman was giving me the business. He's like, "Why don't you play Fortnite anymore?" So now I'm playing Fortnite again.
It's fun, and I do like that they constantly have updates and big changes so
They
that you
keep it
come
fresh.
back. Yeah, keeps it fresh.
Sometimes their ideas are a little hit and miss for me, I guess, but it's nice that they keep changing it up.
Yes. So besides Fortnite, I played a lot of WarioWare. We already talked to WarioWare. Kind of gave my thoughts on that. Just loving it. It totally worth picking up. I was in the same boat originally. I was like, guys, the story mode was only 2 hours. It doesn't have online play. I don't know if it's worth the 50. Like I was like, it's a fun game. I'm enjoying it, but I don't know if it's worth it. But I've totally 180'd my decision and go, no, it's worth it. I've gotten so much time out of it, and it's just such a blast. Everything about it's pleasant. I do wish it had some online capabilities, because I feel like, especially now, with current world circumstances, it seems like a more and more online gaming for multiplayer. You don't have as many local parties, so
I don't know if the servers could handle it.
Yeah.
That's the only thing. These little micro games, I don't know if they would be able to handle it.
I don't know. I feel like, because of my experience playing Spelunky 2, I feel like really Switch Online can do anything in the right hands. but when it's in the wrong hands, you get like launch Mario Maker 2, which is like 2 frames per
Smash
second.
Bros?
Like multiplayer.
Yeah, Smash Bros.
Smash
Smash Bros. is
does work pretty
got
good. One
better. Yeah. It's hit and miss, super hit and miss. But Spelunky 2, I'm amazed with how well it runs for the online multiplayer. they're doing something where like what happens on screen for you trumps what is happening on screen for everybody else. So every once in a while I'll see like Micah might glitch out a little bit, but on his screen he's like made the jump and done and hit the enemy in the right timing, where on my screen it looked like the enemy would have got him, but it prioritizes to make whoever is experiencing the thing have what they are seeing, and then it will catch up with everybody else, kind of like Mario Kart, I'd say.
Yeah, Mario Kart does that.
Mario Kart does that pretty similarly, but Mario Kart,
You know what game is very good at online on Switch? I know you mentioned that you're not a big Monster Hunter fan, but Monster Hunter Rise.
Oh yeah,
has a very good online.
Yeah, but I did get a
experience.
chance to. Didn't it have online for the demo? I did get a chance to try that out,
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not sure. I
and
tried the demo.
yeah, it was seamless. Like we're not even playing online. Like yeah, for real. But again, like that's Capcom. Spelunky is by
Mossmouth?
Mossmouth.
Awesome. I think, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like third party seems to be on top of it more than Nintendo internal, but that's okay. They had Mario Kart. Mario Kart, I
One
think,
day.
works
Who
great.
even has like in-game invite things, or using the Switch invite system?
Oh yeah, everything's using
So-
that now.
One of like the 4 games.
I remember
The
when
one thing I don't like about that is Mario Golf. So for Mario Golf, you have to reset your game when you accept.
Oh, really?
yes,
Yeah.
yes, their menuing for the multiplayer in Mario Golf is whack. It's not great, but the gameplay itself is awesome, and playing online I've had no problems. But yeah, it's like I want to go change my character. You have to like back out like several menus, and it's just not that's not very seamless. That's I'm willing to put up with it for the menu, I guess. But when the gameplay is where it struggles, like Smash Bros and Mario Maker, that's when it's rough. Yeah. So I'm trying to think. I feel like I've been having to do this every week. I can't think of all the games I've played right off the top of my head. I think that's pretty much it for me this week, actually. It's been Fortnite, Spelunky 2, and WarioWare. So not a ton of game time this week. Yeah. I'm excited. Next week I will get to be trying out Colors Live, which just launched on Nintendo Switch. Comes with that pen. It was originally a DS game, and this is a sequel for the Switch. So I'll be doing a review and unboxing for the Nintendo Dads YouTube channel. They hooked me up to be able to do that. So pretty excited.
Expect some really great art.
Yeah, some really great. Yeah, I'm gonna do Bob Ross, Happy Trees,
Happy accidents.
Happy Accidents. Well, that's what we've been playing, so let's move over to the next segment of our show, which is the Nintendo news. And we have some pretty exciting news to talk about. Exciting, like big, semi-big news to talk about this week. Leading into the week, I was like, man, we're not going to have a whole ton of news to talk about with John. And then all of a sudden, towards the end of the week, it's like, boom, boom, boom. So, starting off...
that direct.
Yes, except for that direct. We're getting all the info, but not a direct. So first off, let's talk about there was a price drop for the base model of the Switch in Europe leading up to the release of the OLED model. And, you know, they made a very PR business statement about, like, now is the time to do this, to help our audience, and it was kind of confusing because it's only in Europe, but like looking at the actual math and numbers for it, they're just adjusting the price down to be what it is for other places, like in the States. So I think it's now at the price of like $295, where before it was like $320, $330. I don't know the math like right off the top of my head, but they're advertising it like it's a price drop, even though it's more of like an inflation adjustment. So I just thought this was interesting. I wondered what your guys' thoughts were.
Well, I think it's definitely because of the OLED, right? They don't want. I don't know what the OLED's going to cost over there. If it's the same price of what the original Switch was, or if it's going to be more. Because I think they adjust it to accommodate for the exchange rate. Because I think they probably price it lower in euros than they do in US dollars. But I don't see. I mean, it's what, like a $30 price drop.
Not huge.
The timing just seems to align with the OLED.
Yeah. Yeah. Micah, what were your thoughts on it?
Yeah, I mean, doesn't like Australia need one of these now or something? Is like the Switch and like video games, aren't they like really expensive in Australia? Am I crazy here?
You know, I think you're right. I think they're like
think-
100 Australian dollars, which
Yeah.
is a lot.
And it's getting up there in like Canada as well. Not quite as bad.
Yeah, so I think some more places maybe need this to happen, and then if they also wanted to do that here in the States, that would be cool.
Yeah, when they first did it, I was like, is this gonna be a thing worldwide? And then it ends up only being in Europe, and that was interesting. And
You know, what's weird is like everybody wants price drops, but they still sell a ton of units, so they don't really need to drop the price.
yes,
Yeah, so people just need to stop buying so many.
Yeah, stop buying
We're
Switches
expecting
and they'll
some,
drop it.
some price drops.
yeah, I think it is funny how much complaining there is about how expensive everything is, and then you look at the numbers of sales. You're like, well, you're complaining with
Somebody
your
sees
for
value
that.
in this.
Yeah.
Somebody sees value.
we're complaining with
Stop
our
buying Mario Kart 8, please. I want Mario Kart 9 eventually.
For real though. I mean, they probably have it all ready in their vault somewhere, ready to release, but they're like,
Well,
man,
then there's
Mario
like
Kart
these
8's still selling so much.
then there's like these big swaths of people that are like blindly telling people to buy games like Metroid Dread, which, you know, I might hop on this
Be very
bandwagon.
careful with your next words here.
I might hop on this
I know,
bandwagon of
Am I going to get called out here?
buy
Because I wanna be able to
Metroid
buy Metroid.
by
Yeah.
Metroid Dread. I like, I get it. I get that we love Metroid and we want Metroid to survive. I definitely do, but we're telling people to buy it before we know if it's good. I'm just throwing that out there. It's gonna be
The
good.
question is, besides Other M, has there been a bad Metroid game?
Was Federation Force bad? I didn't
That
play it.
count.
Oh, it doesn't
Not
count.
a
It
A
doesn't count.
mainline Metroid game.
Well,
Has there
there's
been a
Metroid
bad
Prime
game?
Hunters. You know, that was that demo game on DS.
It
True.
was-
I kind of forgot about that one
I
as
thought
well.
it was all right. I liked it.
But
Exactly.
I mean, I actually went back and hooked up my Wii U a couple weeks ago to download Metroid Fusion and Metroid Zero Mission, and those games are masterpieces. So I have full faith that this game will also be. It's going to be great. I don't know if it's
Yeah.
going to be perfect. It's going to be a great game.
Yeah, I agree. I'm looking forward to it. I just think it's funny that we have people that are complaining about price dropping, and then in the same breath are like, "But go buy this. Drop the price, but go buy this one at full price, please." Like, how dare you pay $50 for WarioWare? Like, oh, come
We'll
on.
pay $60 for this 2D.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
don't want to get into that conversation. The value and
Yeah, 2D
graphics
versus 3D and
Oh, yeah. So I guess to avoid that, mess to talk about here, let's move to another mess we can talk about here. We got a new update for the Switch, y'all. We are at version 13.0.0, and guess what? We got Bluetooth.
Bluetooth audio.
Audio.
Specifically audio.
Yes. Yeah, we
No
already had
mics.
Bluetooth. We had Bluetooth for the
mics.
controllers, but Bluetooth audio. Yeah, I at first was a little confused by this because personally I didn't make the connection that the controllers can use Bluetooth for connecting. Uh, so I was like, wait, the tech was here this whole time? It just like that kind of boggled my mind. And then someone was like, well, yeah, that's what your controller uses Bluetooth to connect to it. So the tech's always been there. It's just not enabled for audio. And it sounds like they might have been trying to make it work seamlessly with Bluetooth controller support because there's like a warning that comes up that's like, all right, if you do this,
You only
there
have
could
two
be
devices.
yeah, you can only have two devices, and so that's interesting. Anyways, what were you guys' thoughts on this update? I'm like late into it already. Micah, what were you? Oh, go ahead, John. You go first. What were your thoughts?
I'm excited. I hooked up my AirPods to it, and I was chilling in bed with my AirPods instead of having to either put on my over-the-ear headphones or just have it blaring. So it's very nice. I enjoyed it. And also, like a lot of people are saying, "Oh, why didn't they enable this earlier? It took them 4 years to flip the switch." It doesn't matter now. Who cares? It's here now.
Yeah, it's good.
But it
That's a good
makes me
attitude to have.
wonder.
It does. It is interesting to get like system update 4 years in like this. That's like a new feature, like a full feature, not just like different updates. But hey, we have it. That's cool. Was it laggy for you? I have not yet tried it. My wife tried it with her Raycons. Not a sponsor, but if you do want to sponsor us, Raycon, let us know. But she tried it with
I
that.
didn't notice
and-
any latency, but I know people have
Yeah, I've
been
heard some
saying
complaints.
that it's some lag. Yeah.
Bluetooth in general has that, but I don't know if it'd be too big of a deal. It's probably just one of those things where it's like if you're sensitive to it, it'll bother you. But in that case, just buy a different kind of headset.
Yeah, I wonder if they've just been working on these latency issues to make them better, and that's why they didn't want to release update it and allow people to do this because they didn't think it was working well. They don't want it to be like a low quality thing. That's like the only reason why I can think they didn't allow it earlier.
Yeah,
But
it's
it doesn't
cool.
really affect me. I don't have any Bluetooth headsets, so
We need to
but
get you one.
I'm
Man.
happy for everyone else.
It's so nice to get wired. Like you're wearing the wired
Yeah, they like barely
headphones right
reaches.
now. Like that would drive me a little crazy.
Yeah, I've got the Steel Series headset, and that one I specifically bought this for. Well, I specifically got this as a gift for Fortnite. Like I was like, that's all I'm going to be using it for, and I use these for everything. I mean, this is my primary sound for PC, anything, and just like gaming on the Switch in general. Discord, they're great. Love it.
That's where you guys went wrong. I mean, now that you've tried all these Bluetooth things, you've realized how incredible they are. I mean, I've just never really tried them, so I don't even know what I'm missing out on.
Ignorance is bliss in the world of headphones.
Exactly.
As long as you hear it, it's fine. But I actually got them for like mowing the lawn because I like to like listen to music while mowing the lawn. And when I had headphones with a that were not wireless, they would always get caught on the lawnmower. It was super frustrating.
I've had that happen. They get ripped out of your ears. That hurts.
Yeah.
That hurts when headphones
yeah.
get just yanked
Terrible.
straight down. Oh, that's pain right there.
So there you go.
That's how I sometimes just pull mine out.
Yeah. Have you ever had them like just like
Yeah,
caught
they
on
rip out
something
themselves,
and yeah, gosh, it feels like I'm getting my ears pierced or something.
Maybe I have like
Well,
weirdly shaped ears and they just fall out really easy. And they aren't in there all that strong.
Yeah.
Once you go wireless, you're not going back. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why I haven't gone wireless, yo.
I have so many. I have these headphones, and then I also have the AirPods. So like, I just have wireless headphones everywhere.
AirPods are awesome.
I'm afraid if I got like AirPods, they're like so small. feel like I lose them.
Yeah, but you're the guy that still
that's a big
knows.
issue.
You're the guy that still knows where your Wii speak is. So I don't think you're gonna lose it.
That's
But
that's true.
now you
Plus,
can
I
use an
think you can
air.
find my phone app thing or something to find them.
Yeah,
Oh,
Actually,
I don't know. Maybe.
I mean, the Switch can do that with Joy Cons, right? Like you can activate like a Find My Controller. So if the Switch can do it, Apple probably is doing it. Is what I'm saying.
It's
Yeah.
the one thing Nintendo can do that Apple can't do.
Yeah, take that, Apple.
That and make good games. I seem
That's
like I can't think of
true.
I can't think of any Apple games that are too fantastic.
And I
Funny.
Yeah.
I make a lot of Nintendo content online, and the comments that I get are just ridiculous. They're like, Nintendo is so far behind the times. I'm like, I don't care. The games are fantastic.
Yeah.
Have you ever played Breath of the Wild? Don't talk to me until you played Breath of the Wild.
Yep.
And I in some ways I kind of gotta agree with them. Nintendo does like to stay a little behind the curve in some aspects, but when it comes down to it, they make incredible games. So
Yeah. And it's not
your
it
your argument is invalid, essentially, almost.
gameplay is king, right? Like that's
Yeah,
gonna trump
exactly.
that's gonna trump your experience anywhere. So I mean, cutting edge graphics, like that's cool. But if your games are all kind of the same thing, rehashes of the same thing, then you're not innovating, you're not doing new stuff. I'm not calling anybody out here, but Nintendo,
You could call it out. Apex, Warzone, and Fortnite all feel the same sometimes.
yeah, shooters. I can call out shooters
Shit.
in general.
Yeah,
I'm
there
not
you go.
calling
Shooters,
out.
yeah.
It's like it's been the same game since Call of Duty first came out, man. Like that. Like it's
Even Nintendo shooter is different. Splatoon is completely different than all these other shooters.
yeah. Kid Icarus, third person shooter. That was yeah. It's
I don't like talking about that game.
oh, you don't like Kid Icarus? What? That's a great game.
I'm a lefty.
Oh,
Try
yeah,
playing
yeah, your
Kid Icarus
host.
Uprising with but being a lefty. Impossible.
That game deserves a better platform. Like it just needs to come to Switch, be ported over, and become like a more standard shooter.
I don't know. I don't think you have this on the list, but Platinum said they wanted to port Star Fox Zero.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh
And
yeah,
that's
I did.
another
I
one
hadn't
that
heard about
just
that. I forgot
suffered
about
from
it.
controls. So if they could port Kid Icarus and then Star Fox with like conventional controls, I would love to play them again.
Unpopular opinion, I actually liked the controls from Zero. I liked that you could fly one way and shoot a different way.
It was so confusing. Like you had to look at the gamepad and then you had to. I could not
Yeah,
wrap my
I
head around
definitely
that.
understand why a lot of people didn't like it, but
I wasn't a
I
fan.
liked it, and I thought it
I
made
wasn't
it
a fan.
pretty cool. You could do some co-op play, and because of that, it wasn't just like, I mean, I don't know what it would have been without the other. The other person doesn't get to aim; they just get to shoot. You hit
I
the button and it
did. Yeah,
shoots.
we did play
But
co-op, me and you, and I did enjoy that a lot more than solo play. Wii U had like we're gonna get back on this bandwagon, Michael.
plus,
Where I'm
it
like,
came with Star Fox Guard.
Wii U got
That game was pretty
hosed.
I know. I'd
cool.
rather have Guard port it. Give me a Nintendo Land. There's still a bunch of Wii
Nintendo
U
Land.
games that they could bring. Nintendo Land.
Xenoblade. We have a question about Xenoblade X 2, but like Xenoblade X, Xenoblade Chronicles X would be a great one. There was another one that we've been like clamoring for, Micah.
There's the NES remix games.
Oh, those would be good.
Like those were awesome.
Those would. Man, I don't know how to transition to this next news item, so I'm just gonna slap it in here. Boom! Tetris, Tetris Maximus Cup unlocks for the 24th Maximus Cup is going to be a WarioWare theme. Or you can unlock that. I am digging that they do this for every big Nintendo release. Well, I'm positive we're going to get one for Metroid Dread, which will be really fun. And it's just cool. I wish more things did this besides Tetris 99, because I'm not huge into Tetris 99. But if we had another game that was just getting like constant updates and themes with new game releases coming out, I'd be all
Animal
for it.
Crossing.
Oh, that's a good call. That's a good call. I didn't even think about that, but yes, like I'd be all for that. Like every time a new big game releases, you get, even if it was like 3 items, you know, with how often we're getting Nintendo games. Like, hey, WarioWare just came out. You can get this Wario statue to put in your house. You can get this poster from, it's the cover art of the game to put on your wall.
And they've already done this. Like in New Leaf, you could get a Samus helmet. I think you could get a Metroid as well.
Yeah, you could get the Master Sword. I don't know if that's in New Horizons. I don't think it is.
I think so.
So, yeah.
I think the only thing that like crossover that New Horizons has gotten is for the Mario 35th anniversary.
And the thing is, like, it's a big enough game that would be a big deal each time a game came out to drop something. It's up there with Tetris 99, like, player base. I don't know.
I would be very happy about, because I mean, people are not happy that it hasn't gotten a substantial update in a year.
Yeah, I would honestly be okay with just lots of micro updates, like lots of those small things. You know, hey, we're adding this new item to commemorate this game, and they have kind of done that. But now they're just cycling back through, you know, like it's the Mother's Day items. No, make them sync up with Nintendo releases. That's a fantastic idea, John. Man, how did you come just prepared with that? You've been thinking about this.
I know, that's just in my back pocket, you know.
You're just like, hey, why don't they update Animal Crossing? Low hanging fruit I didn't think of. Nice.
Do you still play Tetris 99? Does anybody still play Tetris 99?
No.
I
don't.
No.
I will say
like twice after the first 2 weeks or something.
I will say that we did it for community game night, and it's awesome for that. It's really easy to make a match and just have tons of people join.
Now, right?
Yeah, and you can play with a ton of people. We had like 20 people in a match. It was real fun, which you can't do with a lot of games. So. Since we're on the subject of theming things and crossovers, Mario is crossing over with the board game Labyrinth. I have played the Labyrinth game before, and this is now just like a Mario-themed version of that game. It's like a maze puzzle game where you work on a board to escape a dungeon.
A labyrinth.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
It's not, Labyrinth is not like a board gamer game. I'd say it's in the like tier of family games that you'd find like Sorry and Uno and like a good game, but it's not like, you guys know what I'm trying to say. It's
no
not
Gloomhaven.
Yeah, it's not up there with like Dominion, like these more complex board games. Maybe even like
never heard of that. I've heard of Settlers of Catan.
Oh,
yeah,
Catan, you say?
Micah makes fun of how I pronounce it. I pronounce it Catan, but that's wrong.
Well,
I know it's wrong. I know it's wrong.
I don't know.
It's definitely Catan. It's like German roots. I've looked it up. I've researched this whole thing.
But I can't not say Catan. It's like it's just part of how I say it. But yeah, it's not in that tier. It's not in the Catan tier. It's in the like Sorry or Trouble tier. Labyrinth is more.
You kind of just go through the motions. There's not an overabundance of thinking and strategizing.
Right.
And
they've done crossovers like this before. Like they have Monopoly.
I think they have Jenga.
Yeah.
Chat. Mason's like, it's Catan. Hard A. Tomatoes, right? Yeah, they've done a lot of crossovers like this. We've talked about it before, how we would love like a board game or game. Stardew Valley made a board game that's like a complex. It's not designed for beginner board gamers. It's designed for for like a
Hardcore
deeper,
board gamers.
yeah, a deeper
We are
experience.
talking about Nintendo here, though.
Yeah.
Yes. Yep, we know. We could dream. And then last couple news items here. There is a new contest on My Nintendo Rewards for a Zelda pack of things. You can win a big acrylic piece. You know, you could all get the free, what was it, 5x7 acrylic artwork for Skyward Sword. Oh, you still have it there. You need to put these up.
Yeah,
You
whatever.
have empty
Yeah.
walls behind
you
you.
got
I'm so
some
lazy.
space back there.
I just have these things like hanging around, just like chilling.
But I understand why you wouldn't put the Skyward Sword one up. Because it might offend some people. That's not a good game.
Wow.
Oh,
Speaking
Skyward
of offending people,
Skyward Sword's awesome. Look at
is,
my.
is it the motion controls?
Yes, but also
Once again,
like I know they gave you button controls in the HD version, but they simplified combat so much that it doesn't matter. Like it's just not, the encounters are not fun in that game.
There's
Like,
no
oh,
Wind Waker is what you're saying.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Get out of here, Micah. Micah. Okay,
Hey,
John
Wind Waker
probably hasn't
potentially
listened.
has like the
Bro-
best combat.
John probably doesn't know the situation here that Micah believes that Wind Waker is the greatest Zelda.
Well, but it's potentially behind,
But behind
probably
Breath of the
behind
Wild.
Breath of the Wild. Actually, in my
Well,
opinion,
I
they're
think Breath
actually
of the Wild's
very
not a Zelda
similar.
game. So I would take Wind Waker being the best Zelda game. I think Breath of the Wild is something different.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's not the same formula of a Zelda game.
I agree. I'll go with that. And then Skyward Sword's way at the bottom, below the
Just
CD
above
games, the CDI
Ocarina of
games.
Time.
Ocarina of Time is a fantastic game. Okay,
I mean,
please.
it's kind of fantastic,
No.
but there are some things that make it not fantastic. The ability to skip dialogue that they do not have, it is so painful. It is so much more painful than I thought it would be. Plus, note like the camera controls are pretty painful as well.
It's an N64 game, so
Yeah, I mean,
that makes
I know
sense.
they're limited by the technology, and I mean, in my opinion, like
I think you need
that's
to.
called the
I
acting,
think.
but the characters are kind of wooden because of the limitations. The
I think
technology.
you need
I
to
just
play.
think Wind Waker is much more expressive, and it has
yes.
like camera controls, incredible. You can skip almost all of the dialogue that you want. Game changing.
Port it to Switch. You just port it to Switch.
Yes.
What were we talking about before? Yeah, the Nintendo rewards.
Yeah, for Zelda. Yeah, you're talking about the Skyward Sword. Totally sidetracked here. Okay, so big acrylic art piece. It actually is a really gorgeous looking art piece that is different than the one that they gave out. It's him on the loft wing. And as well, you can get a really cool first four figure of Link riding the loft wing. And guys, that looks so dope. First four does a great job with their like little statues. So that one's really cool. And then a Hyrule Historia, which is an awesome book, and a Zelda backpack. So nice little prize bundle there. If you have 30 coins that you want to enter into the contest, hop on over. If you just sign up, they give you 30 coins for free. So
I think all my coins expired. I don't log into my Nintendo ever.
yeah, I dig some of the prize rewards. Like I have my acrylic Zelda piece framed and up on the Zelda wall.
This is like the first My Nintendo reward that I've like gotten.
I also got
usually
the
let most of my points
I got
expire
the
as well.
3D All Stars posters for Mario 64, Mario Galaxy, and Mario Sunshine. Oh, those look so good. Get those in a 3-pack. That was awesome. And I also got the pin set. Man, there's a lot of prizes on it that I've just been like, oh, I want that. Just that like decor pieces that you're not going to get anywhere
It
else.
seems
Oh,
like
I have
that's a good
640 platinum coins apparently.
Oh, there you go. That's plenty.
There you go. I
But
just redeemed it.
I don't usually subscribe to these reward contests. They do a bunch of these reward contest giveaway things. There's just so many people applying. I just save my coins for like a reward that I that I actually am gonna get. But that's me. That's me. And the last bit of news is Deltarune. If y'all are familiar with Deltarune, is a sequel, somewhat, not really a sequel, but the follow-up game to Undertale. Chapter 2 for Deltarune has gotten an initial release date, and I think that is actually today.
Today, it's out today.
The recording, as the recording of this episode, Friday, the 17th of September. It is out on PC only. No news on when the console versions will come out. The first chapter is available on Switch, so if you haven't tried that out, I believe it's free to play.
First one is free. Is the second one free? I don't know if the second episode's free.
I don't know. That's a good question. Micah, you want to hit the Google, see if you can find an answer to that. Deltarune, I think it's really highly revered. Undertale is, like one of the most famous, well-received indie games of all time. I think it's a great game. I have not tried Deltarune, but I did watch some Let's Plays of it, and it looks like it's a fantastic game. Excellent writing, fun mechanics. So if it's your kind of thing, check it out.
It's like there's nothing concrete, but after the first one was released free, they said there would be more chapters that are not free.
So it's likely paid.
Yeah, it's most likely this one will be paid.
Yeah.
Some speculation
Give
will be
chapter
$10
one a
or
try if you haven't already, and if you dig it, I mean, you'll get chapter 2. I'm sure it's not crazy expensive. Like, Toby Fox doesn't gouge people. Undertale made him so much money, like crazy amounts of money, and it's a $15 game. Like, it just sold so much. I did watch the live part of the live stream where that was announced, and he wasn't actually there. Well, he was. It was a dog and a robot voice of him. So he was typing everything into like a text to speech. It was hilarious. I don't know how he was doing it, but he was like comedic gold while being just a text to speech voice with a picture of the dog from Undertale. If you haven't checked that out, go check that out. And that about does it for what we got in the Nintendo news. So let's move out of the realm of news and into the realm of rumor with the Rumor Mill. Okay, Rumor Mill this week is I think we're gonna have some fun here because I've seen some of John's tweets.
Oh no!
Talking about these rumors, and I'm curious to hear your thoughts on these. So first off, these kind of feed into each other a little bit, but the first one we have here is that there is a new controller for Switch could be coming soon because Nintendo applied for FCC ID, and FCC stands for Federal Communications Commission. The ID is BKEHACO43, and that lines up very much so with the codes that they have for their other controllers. In fact, 042 was the SNES controllers. Which, did you pick those up, John? I seem to remember you were playing with those on an episode of your show. The like $40 SNES controllers.
You got one right here.
Man, it's classy.
Right here.
They look good. So
nice. Feels good.
So this could mean anything. They applied for it. It could mean that we're getting a new controller. Oh, there we go. We got the NES as well. Those ones can charge on the Switch, but the SNES cannot, right? It doesn't have
correct. Yeah.
The slide.
It's got a lot of dust on them. I haven't used them.
So, Micah, what are your thoughts? Do you think this is a new controller? What kind of controller would it be?
To be honest, I have no idea what this could be. Maybe they're doing a. I mean, I would love a. It could coincide with potentially our next bit of rumor
Yeah, that's
with
what a lot of people are saying.
N64 games potentially being coming out. It would be not cool if it was a 64 controller, but those are kind of big. I don't know if they want to make those again. Or
Yeah, I mean, these things are. I have one right here. I think these things are like monsters.
Yeah.
they're a big controller. And how do you hold it? This is how you hold it.
And
first
yeah,
off.
who
Like,
has anyone ever?
No one holds it like this.
Yeah,
Like they didn't need this
I can't
extra
think of a
wing
single.
out.
Can't.
I can't think of a single time I used it that way, but on the outside controllers.
I've seen the like gifs of people where they have like a third hand
Oh yeah,
on the other side.
it's
Yeah.
for that good cooperative play with your homies.
Yeah, that's what it's for. So, what were your thoughts, John? Do you think that we're gonna see a new controller with this ID coming to light? And what kind of
Yeah,
controller
I
do you
think
think
so. I don't know if it's because there's so many rumors flying around. We were supposed to have a Nintendo Direct every day these past 3 weeks. Never happened. And people are predicting the Game Boy games to come to the Switch online service. So it could be a weird Game Boy controller.
What would? Yeah, that would be so weird. Like it's a controller.
It's just a square essentially that you'd hold because it wouldn't need the screen.
Like what would they do with the screen though?
It would just be the NES controller. Like that's all it would be. It's just 2 buttons and it's more. I don't know.
But I had that same thought because that was the rumor that was going around.
do.
Like it could be a controller for that, but what would they do? It's weird. There's also talk that the Ring Con has its own ID like this, so it could be just a completely new game that uses some external.
It's more cardboard. It's more cardboard.
It's more Labo 2.
Probably for
Labo 2.
Ring Fit Adventure 2, but it's like a dating simulator, and the controller is like a ring that you put on your finger, like measures your heartbeat or something.
I would not be surprised if they don't make a sequel to that game because it sold so well.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, what if this is just another Ring Fit game? Ring Fit's been out for 2 years. 2 years now.
How
might even be 3 years.
3 years. Gosh,
maybe 2 years. It might be 2. It's probably 2 years. Yeah.
Yeah, that's.
Hold on, I used to do a series. I'll let you know.
So I would love that if it's like maybe like a weight set that you put your Joy-Con in, and it's Ring Fit 2, Ring Fit 2, and it's a weightlifting adventure.
Ring Fit 2, get pumped.
Or we're gonna get a port of Wii Fit for the Wii U, and they're gonna bring it back.
It could be the
bring back the balance board. Yeah. Oh yeah, that would be pretty sweet.
I'm actually surprised they haven't done that.
Yeah.
Wii Fit was such a big IP for them back in the Wii days.
It seems like they're kind of coming around to like the Wii market again. They led the Switch kind of catering more towards the like gamers, and now we're going more for the kind of just off the wall stuff you saw on the Wii, more of the waggle. We're getting like Miitopia came, and we're getting Brain Age, and some other like DS titles that you wouldn't have thought like, oh, that's gonna get a sequel on the Switch is coming. So
yeah, maybe they're trying to get those grandmas to sell their Wiis that they're still using
and get a Switch.
Get a Switch.
Yeah, third
Bring
strongest.
Wii Sports. How don't we have Switch Sports yet?
Oh my gosh, that was the game I was thinking of earlier.
Don't get him started.
Wii Sports. How? How do we not have Wii Sports on the Switch?
It alliterates. Switch Sports.
Like
everybody loves alliteration.
Like this is this is a bowling controller. That's what it's made for.
It would bring so even like I know it's already sold close to 100 million units, right? But it would get the people that are on the fence that had fond memories of Wii. I think they would eat it up, you know?
Yeah, it would be one that brings families in that bought the Wii for their kids. You know,
With
and
exercise.
so there's the nostalgia for those kids that had the Wii 10 years ago, right? And got it. And then another generation of parents that are like, oh, this will be good to get for my kids because it's like a fun family system and fun family game. Yeah. Man, I just
Leaving money on the
realized
table.
this is totally off topic, but I just realized that I've had a dehumidifier on in the background this whole time, so my audio is probably like all messed up. Which sucks.
I couldn't even hear it. I only heard the beep.
Yeah,
That's all
I
I
just heard
heard.
that beeping recently.
It definitely will get picked up by my mic, but I might have some post work to do. But anyways, that beeping just went off. I'm like, oh dang it. I left that on. I usually turn it off for the episodes. Anyways, Wii Sports. Yes. So the other rumor that we have to talk about here, which Mike has kind of already alluded to a bit, is JK. It wasn't Game Boy games we're getting. Now it's N64 games. N64 games coming to NSO.
I'm a Nintendo insider. Believe me, I'll get it right one time.
If I guess every possible thing that it could be, I will be correct.
Hey, do you guys remember when Nintendo Insiders leaked a Switch Pro? Stop listening to these people.
Yes.
I'm just kidding. No, I like some.
Metroid Prime trilogy for the past 4 years.
I get it. People are excited. People are eating up, like potential Nintendo rumors. And we're just helping spread it because we talk about it every week. We're part of the problem, but it's because we're excited about the potential stuff that Nintendo can offer, and I think everybody would love N64 games. Do I think they're coming? No, I don't. I think we'll get Game Boy before that for sure, if we get anything. That's my thoughts. What are your guys' thoughts? Do you think we're gonna get some N64 NSO?
I believe it when I see it.
I'll be pumped if it does happen. I'll be
I
first in line trying that
feel
out.
like if we do get N64 games, it seems like we'd have to pay for them.
That's what
Seems
the other
less
part of
likely.
the rumor is.
Yep.
That's a more premium
Ah,
service.
That you have to
I missed
pay.
that part.
Yep. That you have to pay for.
Whatever, take my money. I'll pay 30 bucks.
Yeah,
a
I
year.
mean that might be worth it though, depending on the games. But
So
I
here's a
never
question.
had a 64, so I missed out on a lot of good things.
Here's a question for you guys.
Same.
What if you could get an NSO service for any previous console generation? Which one would you want most?
GameCube.
That's the first thing that popped into my mind. But I mean, I still have my GameCube and all those functioning games. So
They're so hard to come by. Like it's so expensive.
Yeah,
If
that's
you don't
true.
have a GameCube,
yeah,
if you want those games, like I tell this story a lot. The one regret I have in my life is selling my GameCube in all of the games. And you know why I sold them?
buy a Wii.
For books.
Oh, what a
college.
nerd!
Oh,
I know, right?
for books in college, that makes a little
Books-
more sense.
books and- No, I regret it. That is the biggest regret in my life.
Yeah, well, when you
should've
just
dropped out of college.
when you just led for books, I thought just like for
Like,
fun,
how
and I was
many
like,
books? Oh, no,
what
if it
is
was for
wrong
fun-
with you, John?
Yeah, well, if it was for fun, you could have just sold one game or something, probably.
Yeah, no, because I had a huge GameCube library. I probably had all of the, I had all the main Nintendo games. And now, like, if you want to play Mario Kart Double Dash, you have to pay an astronomical amount of money.
Yeah, there's some great games on that system that are impossible to get. Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door. I really want to try that game, and I can't. I can if I just fork out
Spent
oodles of cash.
$500 or
Yeah, yeah. That one, I think I'm gonna come right in line here and say GameCube's probably what I'd pick as well, even over Wii.
and I might choose 3DS. I never had a 3DS. There are a lot of good games I missed out there.
My
So I think I'd
second,
probably go with that.
before you said GameCube, and I just hadn't thought about it, but I was gonna say Game Boy Advance games
Oh yeah.
because there's a lot.
Yeah.
That library's huge and has some really great games on it.
You both have Wii U's, right?
Yep,
Yes.
They had the Virtual Console and Wii U
we're
was
one of
actually
the
really good.
we're part of the like 10 people that have a Wii
Yeah,
U.
part of the 10 people.
Yeah.
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 I find one like every 6 months. Yeah. Finding two in the wild, that's
Well, I mean, Andros
super
just
rare.
got his
It's like
a couple months ago or something.
I actually did just get mine. Yeah, yeah. We
but
got
they
it
have
as
a
gift.
bunch of Game Boy Advance games on there. All you
Yeah, I
got,
believe
like,
I
how hard
believe I
is it
picked
to
up
port
Golden
games?
Sun 1 and 2 on there.
Yeah, I think they do.
How hard is it to port games? That's interesting because there was a story that came out recently that an interview done with former Retro Studio team member guy that said that the Metroid Prime trilogy for the Wii was done by a team of 4 people. That port. I don't know how
Saying
long
that
they
it's
spent.
not hard to port.
It kind of implies that. I know it. I know
Yeah.
it's
They
harder
use-
than that, but
They even implemented motion controls on that.
Yeah,
so
it
that
wasn't even like
doesn't
a
work.
straight port.
so
I thought it's copy
not
and paste.
that
Like,
hard.
It's dot Wii U right now, and you just have to do dot Switch and
Yeah,
move it
yeah.
over
That's
to the
all.
Switch
That's all.
folder. Is that what it does?
That's all there is to it. Well, especially if you're just running it on an emulator, which is what they're doing for games on the 3D All Stars pack. It's like, it's just an.
Oh, we don't talk about that.
Nintendo's gonna shut this show down. Like,
Uh.
hey, don't spill our secrets.
You want us to make upgrades to those games? Nah.
But
But
if
did
that's
even
if they
need
have the
upgrades?
system on here to do that, it almost is just a straight copy paste. They're just, I think they just know that they've got a gold mine and they can sit. They don't have to put it on there. I mean, there's no drive to do that currently, other than us complaining about it.
Yeah, right now it only
it'd be
really
real
costs
cool.
them money if they put it on there because they'll have to take up the server space.
Yep.
And I bet maybe 10 people use the SNES and NES Switch Online service. They know the numbers. They know the numbers.
The same
Like-
10 people that bought the Wii U, maybe.
Exactly. We're all living in the past.
That's great. So there's that rumor floating around, and that's all we got in the rumor mill. So let's move over to the last segment of our show and talk to questions in the community corner. And we have a good gaggle of questions in the community corner this week. So the first one here, which I just am loving, for we got from Togabap, asks, "Who is Johniibo?"
I'm gonna have I had like an existential crisis when I saw this because I don't really.
Who am
I
I?
don't know. But I guess a little bit of background of me. My name is obviously. Hopefully, you guys picked up on this, but it's obviously a play on Amiibo.
What?
So
His
I always,
so Johniibo's a stage name. His real name
I
is
thought-
Amiibo.
I thought it was like French or something.
Yeah. It's, but I always know when I started my channel because it was the same time when Amiibo came out, which is 7 years now. Just
Wow.
ridiculous to think about.
Been a while.
It feels like it should be longer. 7 years doesn't seem that long. I feel like we've had Amiibo longer than 7 years.
And they lived and died in that same time period.
Yeah, and then came back to life, and then have kind of died again. But they're still they're there.
Kind
They
of.
just don't do
Now
anything.
kind of just for like the hardcore collectors.
Yeah, it's like they feel obligated to release the Smash ones because that's what it all started with, but like they don't want to. They don't want to.
Yeah, but then they released this Loftwing amiibo that looks really good. Like definitely
Very
like
nice.
the highest quality one they've done. It's like a step towards first four figure. And is that what amiibo will become? It's just like collectible statues.
And I remember when they weren't $16 to $25, they were like $12
Yeah.
back
Damn.
in the day.
Times have changed.
Also remember staying out overnight trying to get them. That was not that. I don't miss those
Doesn't-
days.
Yeah, it doesn't sound too enjoyable.
So, history of Johniibo. You're a fan of amiibo. You started your channel right at the time that Amiibo
Yeah.
came out.
And also, like, I don't do this for a living. I am a tax accountant by day, and
He
I
hunts
make
Yoshi.
content all night. Oh yeah. I got Yoshi on speed dial.
There's tax evasion. Nice. Nice.
But yeah, I mean, I've always been a Nintendo fan. I've always resonated with Nintendo as opposed to the other companies. I still like the other companies, PlayStation and Xbox, but Nintendo is what I was raised on, and what I'll probably have my Switch 17 on my deathbed.
Take it with me to the casket. That's my plan.
Bury it
It's
with me.
portable. Bring it on the go. What was your first console? I guess while you're in the history, like what was your first Nintendo console?
My first console was the SNES. I played the NES. I never had the NES. My uncle had it. I was born in '87, so I was super young when the NES was out. So I didn't get a console until the SNES, and I still have it. I still have my original SNES. I
Nice.
played a lot of it with my sister, and I have the best memories from the SNES.
Yeah, same. That's my first console. It's great system. Love the SNES. So there you go. Who is Johniibo? Johniibo is a Nintendo fan through and through. Been here since the beginning.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Maybe I'll actually get to work for Nintendo at some point. You know,
that would be sweet.
Get on their payroll. At least become an ambassador. That would be fun.
Yes. So if you want to help John in his goal to become an ambassador, you can actually find him. So you are a content creator on all platforms. I mentioned this at the top of the show, but you kind of want to plug your stuff while we're here, answering who is Johniibo question.
Yeah, so I create content pretty much everywhere. I've been focusing on TikTok. That's where my largest following is, and then I'm trying to grow my YouTube channel as well, because that's apparently what all these brands care about. TikTok's like the black sheep of the family of content of social media. So trying to grow these other platforms. I also stream on Twitch. I have an Instagram. I'm just everywhere. Just Google Johniibo and you'll find me.
Yeah, it's great stuff. Definitely check out that and help him out by hopping over to that YouTube and giving a sub, ringing the bell for Johniibo. So I guess we'll move on to some more questions. While John really dives deep internally with his existential crisis, figure out who he is. The next question comes from Mugglemoo, and this is another question for you, John. She asks, what podcast does Johniibo like doing more, the Nintendo Powercast or Halo Infinite podcast?
So, you mentioned N64 Josh earlier in the show, and I kind of hooked up with him a few months ago. I met him through TikTok, and he was like, "Hey, do you want to be on this Nintendo show with me?" And I'm like, "Sure, I'll do that." And then I think it was 2:00 in the morning or something, and he was like, "Hey, do you like Halo? We should do a Halo podcast." So I'm like, "Man, I love Halo. Yeah, let's do a Halo podcast." And I like, I mean, that's hard to answer. I like doing both of them because they're so different. Like Nintendo is completely different than Halo, but in college I kind of fell off the Nintendo train and I got onto the Xbox, and and shooter and FPSs.
Wow,
Did
you're
I
talking. So
feel
you're
like I
talking.
did
Yeah.
that?
So you're talking about shooters and FPSs, and your camera just broke. This
Nintendo
is
found me
Nintendo
out.
Pals. This is Nintendo Pals, and the
Hold on, let's see if
show
I can-
the show itself is shutting down your opinion. Oh, I love that. That's hilarious.
All right, I might be back. Okay.
Nintendo Ninjas. We do know they listen to the show. They have. What was the time,
They're like, you want to
Micah?
be a Nintendo ambassador? Don't talk about Halo.
We had some time where Micah was talking about, like, he was like, oh, Nintendo's going to release Metroid Prime, and he gave a date, and his camera just like, and I was like, oh my gosh, Micah, no one heard that, no one could hear that except for me, and I'm like, oh, I don't want to repeat it. Obviously, that's the date. I don't even remember what the date was.
I think my random guess was they're going to release. Well, it was mostly just really, really wishful thinking that they're going to release Metroid Prime 4 on August 14th this year. But then we got Metroid Dread, and I was only
Wow,
6 days
that's,
off, so I think I hit a little too close for them. They shut me down a little
They
bit.
censored it, yeah, as part of the show. So between Halo, so you started the Halo Infinite podcast fairly recently. Then I mean that show,
yeah, it's
has
only
been
been.
going.
So you're still in like the honeymoon phase then, so
Yeah.
you have to ask
So-
again in a couple months.
Well, once the game actually comes out, we'll see how I actually feel about it. But what's weird about making content, I don't know if you've noticed this, but say like you have a Nintendo channel, right? But I'm a fan of other games. Like I don't only play Nintendo games. I don't only like Nintendo games. Like I enjoy Xbox. I enjoy PlayStation. So it's weird to think that people only see me as like a Nintendo creator, so you can't, like, you're pigeonholed, you can't get into these other spaces. And the Halo podcast has really allowed me to share other content that I love, and it's been fun doing that. And we'll see what happens when the game comes out.
Nice. So if you have to pick a favorite,
Oh my
are you
God.
saying Halo or Nintendo? Because you didn't answer the question. I'm just pointing it out.
You were
Well, I
very
can't. All right, so
political.
here's another thing. I can't say Halo because the people already think that we're not real Nintendo fans on the Nintendo Powercast. So
I've
I'm gonna go
seen that.
Nintendo Powercast.
I've seen the reviews where they're like, oh man, these guys are fake Nintendo fans.
Yeah.
Now, first
Some
off,
people are joking when they say that.
well, if they leave a 1-star review, I
Do
don't
I-
think
do I
they're
look
joking.
like- Do I look like I'm a fake Nintendo? Like I got a Super Mario Bros. Hat on. I got a Tanuki Mario hat
What
behind
really
me.
sells is just all the amiibos.
my
those are
user
things that
handle
you could
is
you could just be
Johniibo.
faking it.
Yeah.
Johniibo.
I made my whole brand after Amiibo. Like what more do you want from me?
Oh man, I think I get a kick out of that kind of stuff, because it is funny, because Micah and I do want to point out that Micah and I are completely true
True.
Nintendo fanboys.
Not,
Like,
not fake like some people.
we're
Oh,
so
you
now
should, you
I'm
should
not-
see some of the comments that I get on TikTok. Oh my goodness, you are. I am the Nintendo shill of TikTok. So
yeah,
I'll take it.
you're both that and a fake fan. I think
Exactly,
somehow there's yeah,
It's
that's
weird.
funny.
You have to write. It's pretty much ride or die, right? Like if you say something critical of a company, you're a hater. But if you only say stuff positive, you're a fanboy. So
Yep.
it's a very I've just started to not care what people think. I'm just gonna do what I enjoy doing, and then
Yeah, that's the way to do it. That's the way to do it. That's the advice
people don't
everybody
like me, they
gives.
don't like me.
Yeah,
That's fine.
because no matter what you do, there are going to be some people that don't like you.
My mom likes me, so that's all that
Yeah.
matters.
My mom likes me.
Even if you do play Halo Infinite.
Do you? Oh, I guess. Do you guys play other?
See, this is
Types
where
of games?
we can solidly say we aren't fake fans, because we do not have Xboxes. Or I've never owned it. I've never owned a non-Nintendo console. I've only had
wow.
Nintendo
The-
ever.
I did have the Sega Genesis back in the day.
Yeah, he was.
So I
Oh
don't
wow,
know if
that's
I'm a
like the worst
true fan.
offense. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
You were a Nintendo kid or a Sega kid.
He's
You
a
couldn't be
convert.
both.
He's a convert to the faith.
Yeah,
Uh,
exactly. And then I got the Game Boy, and I was like, "Yeah, boy, I'm sticking with this."
It's funny
And
because
I still have. You could. I don't know if you guys could see behind me, but I still have. Wait, I might be blocking it now. But I still have my Game Boy Color and Game Boy Pocket from back in the day.
And I
yeah,
still got the see-through.
Oh yeah, that's the one I have.
Good
Well,
ones,
is that the
yeah.
color? Oh yeah. I have
Yeah.
the
Oh yeah. I guess
see-through,
I never actually got the Game Boy. I got
I'm
Game Boy
telling you
Color.
guys, Micah has all this sweet stuff. His room looks like
I know you got.
looks
gotta
like
up
a
it- you gotta up
storage
these rooms.
closet. But like, put this stuff up, and you would have a room
Look,
like
you-
John's. John's room's like cool gamer YouTube background. Micah's like,
I would give a shout out to my
best
girlfriend for
Pokemon
doing
game.
this. She built this room pretty much.
oh
So-
man,
Dang.
yeah.
Nice.
Well, yeah, Micah, got to get a girlfriend.
I don't. Yeah, that's my problem. Got to get a girlfriend.
Do you want to be my girlfriend? I need some help with my room here.
Yeah, my room's pretty messy, so please be my girlfriend. I'm sure that would go over real well.
Oh my
Everyone.
goodness. Anytime we get into dating advice from Micah is always a good show. What was the
I'm so far out removed. I don't even know how it works. Like we've been together for 15 years.
There you go.
Congrats, yo.
Congrats. Yeah, 15 years. Awesome.
Yeah, well, you're probably about to mention, Andros, the what world we'd rather live in, like Nintendo franchise. And I mentioned Metroid Prime because there's a slight chance I could date Samus.
But in Mario, you might be able to get a princess. You know.
I mean, that's true, but I mean, they're already like pretty taken, it seems.
Yeah,
They're
some by
they're independent
multiple.
women. They can choose whatever they want.
Like Mario and Luigi both go for the same princess. Unless you're talking about Waluigi. Waluigi can be your princess. He's available. He's available. Man, I got so sidetracked. I don't even remember what we were talking about before we started this.
Being Nintendo fanboys.
Favorite
Nintendo fanboys.
podcast.
Oh yeah, you were asking if we play anything else. So I do want to make note. I do have a gaming PC, and we got the Game Pass for it during the $1
Oh.
promo. I used it once. I could have used it more, but I just have so much to play on the Switch, and I just been playing the Switch. I know that it makes no sense. I know it's not logical, but I'm a Nintendo fanboy. Listen, I'm okay. I'm proud of who I am.
No judgment here.
But you have
I
all
don't think
three.
you're a
You
big
have all
fan.
three, so I feel like you're qualified to actually be a Nintendo fanboy because you try them all. You know?
Tested the competition.
Yeah.
So
And
what you're
I
saying
still
is
play Nintendo the most.
Yeah.
Exactly. So what you're saying, Andros, is if someone hadn't played both Ocarina of Time and Wind Waker, they wouldn't really be able to judge which game was better.
I missed out on the GameCube. That's my big weak
I mean,
spot, and why I was talking earlier
you're-
about how I want the GameCube to be the next NSO.
Dodging the question here, though. So
I'm
I mean, what you're saying is you can't really say which is better, Ocarina of Time or Wind Waker, if you
Well,
haven't.
no,
played both.
I have never said that I
They're
can
both
say which is better.
masterpieces.
They're
So
great.
It's so hard to
I have
be like,
to-
What
I have to-
Zelda's the best?
Yeah, I have to defend my favorite, like my childhood. The Ocarina of Time is my childhood, and when you come in here and smack on it, I'm forced into a corner.
I
You
mean,
know?
I just want to say we used to believe a lot of things as children that we don't anymore. So I mean, I don't
Yeah,
know.
rose-colored glasses. You should
Yeah,
play some game.
exactly.
When I went back to play Super Mario, I thought I loved Super Mario Sunshine. Played it on the 3D
That's-
collection.
That's
How
right,
dare
Micah.
you.
That's right,
That game is
How
not
dare
efficient.
you?
Micah.
That game is
Micah's
incredible.
like, yeah, John, you tell him, and then immediately John just
How do you kick
attacks
people
Micah's
out of
game.
calls?
I
Get
love
outta
it.
here.
I love it. We need to have John back on. Oh, that's great.
What other
Well-
games do you like? They're probably bad in my eyes.
Luigi's Mansion.
I like that game.
Yeah, that's right.
Pikmin's another Micah staple.
Pikmin love that game.
Metroid Prime.
Metroid Prime love that game.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're mostly good at judging games.
Question in chat. You know, you work in the tax field.
It's
We have a question in
on
chat.
topic.
Should I pay my taxes or buy a Switch OLED?
Oh my goodness.
Mason, you're in Canada, right? I don't know what the punishment is for not paying your taxes in Canada. Do they just like give you a slap?
They probably like slap you with a fine and then say, "I'm sorry, eh?"
Well, I thought it was
Yeah.
like
Sorry.
cage
Yeah,
match to the death
sorry
with a
about
loop
that.
or something.
Sorry about that. You got a fine. Gee, eh? That's a nice fine you got there. Matt, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to everybody that listens from Canada. You had to hear that. We're gonna do more talking about Canada. Let's get through these questions. We're man all over the place. Oh, I got a question here. Did the Pokemon Oreos live up to your expectation? Yeah, they're good.
Did you eat them?
I ate one. Hang on.
Yeah, I mean,
Have you guys seen the design for these? Let me go.
they aren't too incredible. I'm
Did you
glad
get
they
them
have.
too?
I did not get them, but I've seen pictures, and I'm glad they have the name of what Pokemon it is right above. Because a couple of them I couldn't really quite tell.
Oh, these
which
are
direction
good.
was even up.
You played Guess
But
That
I saw the
Pokemon
name.
based on the
Yeah.
Oreo?
I mean,
Who's that
it's
Pokemon?
gonna be kind of hard to see
That's
here.
a Squirtle. That's a Squirtle.
Yeah, and it says it
I
on
mean,
there.
it kind of looks like it just has like an 8-pack or something.
It's a shell. What? That's how it looks.
Yeah, it's just a really muscular Squirtle.
They're good.
I can't believe you opened them. You should have
Whoa,
sold them
whoa!
on eBay.
Do they taste extra good? I mean,
I think they're actually double stuffed. There's a lot of cream. Like eating on stream. They're good. Do they live up to the expectations? I mean, they're Oreos. Oreos are always good. And yeah, there you go. Snack stream.
Hold on. I'm checking eBay right now.
they've been selling for a lot. I feel like they can't be.
I didn't get like any of the rare cookies in mine. I did open it up. I did do like kind of goofball. You know how you do card pulls? You see those videos of people opening packs?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
man,
yeah.
they have Mew hot dog.
I did that. I didn't get Mew.
$20. How much is this? $3?
Yeah.
They're selling for $20 for per pack
Per cookie.
not per cookie per
Complete.
This picture of Pikachu looks a lot better than your Pikachu I saw. Andros. This is like a real high quality.
Yeah, some of the cookies get some wacky prints on them. You know, like it's like the gummy snacks. You guys get the like gummy snacks as kids, and it's like this is a Scooby Doo, and it's like this like deformed
look anything
blob.
like Scooby-Doo.
Like,
Yeah.
mostly it looks like a mango.
Yeah. And
I guess you're not into the Pokemon card craze if you mentioned that you don't do the openings.
No, we don't. I mean, I have cards, but I don't do the openings. Like, I'm not into it. You know. I think it's cool. It's fun. But I did kind of a spoof of it with the cookies. So I opened it up and I'm like, oh man, we got a Pikachu, we got a Squirtle. I'm just going through the
probably
cookies.
Worth some money. People love Pikachu.
Yeah. Yeah. So there's 16 different types, and we only have 13 in this package.
Oh my goodness.
There's
So
a
you're
lot.
only missing out on 3 then?
Yeah. One of them's
That's not
Mew.
bad,
I think
then.
it's probably like all rare ones. Like I didn't get a Sandshrew.
That one
Or a
doesn't sound like it'd be
Snivy.
that rare.
Wait, I didn't get. Yeah, those aren't that rare. I'm looking at the package. I'm like, wait a
You're
second, I
missing out
didn't
on
get
those
that.
2 and Mew. You probably got some pretty rare ones then.
Maybe I did. Maybe I shouldn't be eating.
You better
these.
buy a bunch.
I did.
You know
Post,
there are people buying a million.
I did put a picture up on Twitter of them in a frame, and I was like, starting the bidding
Yeah,
at
that's the one I
$1
saw.
million.
Do Oreos go bad?
I don't know.
Like,
Is
would
it
you,
like
mold?
vacuum seal them? I think that you can keep them forever.
What if you like did like a epoxy
laminate
like
kind of thing?
Yeah, over the top of it. And
You'd have to do it well.
we talked about this last week. We're gonna start our own grading company. Be like, send your cookies in to be certified graded and put into a little plastic box.
Well, I'm sure somebody's already done it. I'm sure somebody's already had the box graded, Yeah, the Pokemon craze right now. Well, I think it's kind of dying off a little. It's not as hectic as it was, but it was ridiculous for a while there.
Yeah, it's absolutely insane. All right. Next question here, kind of in line. What is your favorite Pokemon, and do you know where to find them in a game? Like what region or area? So, Micah, you want to start this one?
My favorite Pokemon is Shuckle, and I
That's
don't
a
particularly
choice.
know the region
Tank.
per se, but in Pokemon Crystal, some guy
That's
asks you to
Johto.
take.
It's Johto.
It's Gen
Yeah,
2. I didn't realize that's Gen
well,
2.
but I don't know if
Yeah.
you can catch him in the wild per se. I just know there's someone that is like, can you take care of my Shuckle? Because I'm pretty sure your rival came through and beat him up real bad or something. So you take care of this guy's Shuckle, and if you talk to him later in the game, he asks for him back. So I definitely don't ever go back to talk to him because I don't want to feel guilty about keeping his Shuckle. But so I know you get Shuckle there,
I'm pretty sure
and
you can catch them in the wild. They're
I was
using
like,
like
I don't.
I think you use Rock Smash on some rocks, and that will summon a
Okay,
That
Shuckle.
sounds
I
about
just know
right.
I've never actually caught a Shuckle in the wilds, at least in Crystal.
Man,
That
I
and
think I
Dunsparce
think we need a
are my
stream of you
favorite.
shiny hunting for a Shuckle.
Yes, you can
Shiny
definitely do it
Shuckle.
in Sword and Shield.
Yeah.
Although I did catch a shiny Machop in Pokemon Crystal, and then my friend's younger brother released him as well as a whole bunch of my other Pokemon.
Oh,
So that was cool.
everybody has a story
A
like that.
little bit of a bummer.
My little brother, my nephew, my dad. You know, and someone's lost like a big chunk of data of Pokemon to someone else deleting the file.
Family.
Yeah, the family. John, what's your favorite Pokemon? Yeah, you got
I
a
am
favorite?
basic, and I like Charizard a lot because it was my first ever starter Pokemon. But my favorite region is Johto.
There
Gold
you
and
go.
Silver
There you
are
go.
probably
Yeah.
my favorite games in the series. And I really like Lucario now because of Pokemon Unite. So
Oh yeah, Lucario is real good. Pokemon Unite.
Yeah, he's cool. He's a fan favorite too. I mean, he's in Smash Bros. He had his own movie. Was he
give
like?
me Hollowware. I will give you money, Pokemon Unite, if you give me a little tuxedo to put him in or something.
There you go, like Blastoise. Blastoise has a sweet suit, like mob outfit. I'm gonna go with so I usually teeter between Charmander, Charizard, and Cyndaquil. So I'm gonna go with Cyndaquil. And Cyndaquil cannot be found in the wild. He is the starter that one of the starters that you can get in um, Johto.
I'm assuming you're going to choose Cyndaquil in Arceus.
Yes. Yep. It was like, oh my guy, he's a starter for the new Legends game.
I was really holding out hope that it'd just be like Shuckle randomly in there with two really popular
It
starters.
could have been any Pokemon. They could have done like it didn't have to be the starters. Like it could have been any
Yeah, the thing
Pokemon.
is, it made sense for the other ones they picked. They put in Oshawott and Rowlet. Oshawot's kind of like a samurai theme,
Samurai.
and Rowlet's like the archer, which it's kind of feudal, like ancient Japan. But then they just put in Cyndaquil.
Cyndaquil's
There are
You-
rumors
my
that
back
the
gets real
final
hot.
there are rumors that the final evolutions are not going to be Typhlosion, Samurai, and Decidueye. They're going to be
That would be
the
interesting. Like the Growlithe is different. And can't remember what the other ones are.
Oh, that they're gonna be like different forms.
Hisuian. I don't even know how to
I can't
pronounce
remember
it.
what the place is
Hisuian.
called. Yeah,
I don't
that
know
would be
how I
pretty
feel
cool.
about that. It could be really cool.
I mean, freshen them up a little bit.
Yeah.
Especially Cyndaquil. No offense to him, but I mean, he's been around a long time. I've kind of gotten my fill of Cyndaquil. That's kind of terrible.
Yeah, I
I'd
like
say
this.
as I really
feel like
enjoy
Gen 2 is so
Shuffle.
underrepresented. Gen 2, we never see Gen 2 Pokemon.
Yeah, not anymore. They were like, all right, that's the gen we forgot about, because Gen 1 is always the one they go for the nostalgia picks, right? They're like,
That's kind of tricky. I feel like Cyndaquil is generally the slightly less liked Charmander.
yeah, but I like him. I like him more, probably. They're pretty equal. Anyways, that's the answer to that question. Thank you for that question. And I think that's the okay. So then we have one from Frosticles. Because why have we still not heard about a Xenoblade 3 or X2? Well, because we haven't had the September Direct yet, you know? I just made jokes. That was the big thing. People were like, oh, they're making an update to their site. We're probably going to hear something about the next Xenoblade series game. And I do think it's time. And I would be down for a Xenoblade 3 or even just a port of Xenoblade Chronicles X.
Maybe it's X2 and they're just waiting to port the first one to build hype.
I think it's coming. The first two games have sold enough. They've treated it well enough. My thought on why it's not coming right now is because they have Monolith Soft helping out on Breath of the Wild 2. That's priority. I'm going to guess. Because didn't they help with the first one?
They did, yeah.
So
I'm fairly certain they would be helping again, especially for that big of a project. So that might be where the focus is.
There's a part of me that thinks that next year, for the 50-year anniversary, it's going to be 2017 Part 2. We're getting Breath of the Wild 2. We're getting Splatoon 3. Xenoblade 2 came out in September of 2017, so perfect time for Xenoblade 3 or whatever the next Xenoblade game is.
I think that's a good guess. What, and maybe we'll get
then
Prime.
hopefully Prime 4.
Yeah.
But probably not.
Who knows? They only took 4 guys to do the port of Trilogy, so they've got a whole development team on Prime. Hopefully,
What
it's
the heck
not just
was Retro doing before Prime? Where's Retro's game that wasn't Prime?
That's a good question.
Their last one,
isn't it a Donkey Kong game?
Donkey Kong?
Yeah, like where's that Donkey Kong game?
Hey, where is it?
There's stuff. You can tell. Hopefully that answers your question, Frosticles. Thank you for asking the question. Next one here, I think this will be a fun one. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this one, John. I have seen some of your videos on this. It says, what are your predictions for the final Smash Ultimate character? Do you want to start?
Waluigi.
Yeah.
I think that's the one. It has to be like everybody's throwing out these meme characters and like not really. You got to think this through, right? This is serious. This is the final character. It's got to be something big. So it's got to be a big Nintendo character, or it's got to be a big third party.
I mean, yeah, it has to be something big.
I don't know. The closer of the last one was Byleth. I'm just throwing that out.
But this is the final Smash Ultimate character.
I mean, that one was the final, wasn't it? Didn't they announce in the same? I might be mixing this up, but I feel like they announced close to the same time that they're doing the second Fighter Pass. Maybe to avoid backlash. I think Byleth's actually pretty fun to play as, personally.
Yeah, Byleth, like the ones that I wasn't too keen on, like Terry. I actually main Terry now. I was like, I don't care about Terry.
I didn't know who Terry was.
Yeah,
I was like, who is this? Oh man, so sad. I'm sure I'm disappointing a lot of fans of those series. So Waluigi's your pick. I'm surprised you didn't say Chief.
I mean, that's up there. Like if it's not Waluigi, I go with Chief.
That is exactly my picks. I'm saying Waluigi on top, and then if it's not him, it's Master Chief.
I think it would be great if it was Waluigi. I just don't know if it's going to be, though. I have no idea who it could be. I mean, I think it'd be really cool if it was like Spyro or Crash Bandicoot. They've gotten quite a few of those games on Switch now. I feel like that one would kind of make sense. But yeah, I mean, I don't know what character is big enough to be the last Smash Ultimate character.
They could bring in a Sony character, bring in like Kratos.
It's just like I feel like nothing can really top uh as far as like
I feel like
popular.
Waluigi would be like the most internet breaking.
Yeah.
I think I even said, if you don't want to anger the internet, put Waluigi in Smash.
I,
I mean, he should be in Smash.
the thing was for the announcement of Steve from Minecraft. That was huge. Minecraft
Like,
is
that
the
would have been
most
a pretty
popular.
good
Minecraft
cap
is the
it off.
best selling game of all time. And it's like
Tetris L piece.
where do you go from here? Like what do you do next? And then wasn't Sephiroth was next. And did we have someone after Sephiroth? Who am I missing?
Kazuya.
Oh, Kazuya. And so Kazuya was kind of like a yeah, okay. That makes sense to be here. Sephiroth
yeah,
was
but
another
Steve
twist.
and Sephiroth were like, oh boy, these are some big hitters.
Yeah, but like Steve is the biggest you can get, I think. As far as like popularity goes, as far
I
as
have another one that people don't want for sure, but it would probably sell more copies of the game.
Shrek.
Jonesy from Fortnite.
Oh.
I would be so
Yeah,
I would be so down with that. I'm
So would I.
a Fortnite fan. I'm a Fortnite fan. You know, I know a lot of people would be. I think the Smash community would be livid. But they just get upset at everything, man.
Yeah, exactly.
I know how it is. I know.
Where's Gino at? Nobody knows who Gino is, bro.
Well, who I really want is actually Isaac from Golden Sun. That would be like my dream last character.
Did
I'm
that
pretty
get
sure everyone
deconfirmed?
hate that so much.
I mean, he's a trophy.
I don't know if it was
Yeah.
ever like really confirmed at all. I don't
But-
think anyone thought it was a real possibility.
There's also the rumor of Tetris, a Tetris
Yeah,
piece,
the Tetris
That would be
ball shape,
hilarious.
I would love that.
and that one's
I mean,
that one's
even
kind
the
of neat.
attacks could be like you morph into different Tetris pieces for your attacks.
And
I
that's
mean,
that's
I would
like
actually love that.
that's up there in a game with a huge following that's really popular that would get people it like because that's what I think from the business side. Like they want to put in a character that's gonna sell more copies, and that's where you're right, John. Like a Fortnite character that would sell more copies of the game. Steve, I know people were upset. They're like, oh, Minecraft. That Steve's huge. Like that was a huge character. I was all for it. That's the only one I've bought.
Wow,
maybe-
you only bought one
Wow.
character?
So you're not really a
Fake
true
fan.
Nintendo fan.
Fake fan. Fake fan right here. It's not even a Nintendo character.
I hate playing against Steves. I hate playing
Oh, yeah.
against Steves.
Good
They're off in
Steve's
their...
can be real annoying.
It's so boring. They're off in the corner mining.
Well, you gotta be like Little Mac because some of them like to like create a little block to like get in the way, but Little Mac's like over B, just jumps
Hops
right
it.
over that.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
but yeah, it's Steve players generally like I'm gonna try and hit you away, and then I'm going to make a wall and then just mine a bunch. And you're like, please fight me, please.
Well, I'm going to move on here just so we're not going super late tonight here. But Monkey Thunder, thank you so much for the question. We are always down to make Smash Bros. Predictions. You've heard it on the show before, and you hear it again because we love our Smash Bros. I'm really looking forward to this last character. I feel like this game is complete, but it's just missing
I'm
the
so
Waluigi.
actually
It's
or
just missing the
Sakurai
Waluigi,
himself.
which is like the one Nintendo thing I have down at this desk. He's here. He's here hoping. He's always by my side hoping to be in Smash Bros. That's all that's missing from the game. Every other thing that they could add, I wouldn't even I don't necessarily want. Even if they add Master Chief, which I think would be very cool, we don't need it. But Waluigi we need, you know? That's where we're at. The next question here, from $2 Hero. He says, this is probably an obvious one as a fellow avid Ami bro. I'd like to know, what are some of your favorite amiibo released thus far?
Is that for
So
me?
I think that's directed at you. I mean,
You-
I can give an answer. I don't have. I did not get into the amiibo. I'm a
Oh
fake
my
fan
God.
again. So
I have
don't
a
have any.
single Yoshi amiibo that came from pre-ordering Smash Brothers.
But my favorite amiibos have been the Zelda ones. I really like the Wolf Link one, and
Sounds really
the
cool.
gosh, it's I think it's the Smash Bros. Well, no, it's not the Smash Bros. One. It's the one where he's on Epona. I don't know what that one was for.
Well, that was
I
for
think it's
That was
Breath
one
of
of
the
the Breath of the
Wild,
Wild
right?
ones.
It was a Breath of the Wild one.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
I don't even know if
I
it's
like how those
technically
ones.
Epona, is it?
I it is Epona. Yeah, that's how you that. Yes, that is how you get Epona in the game, and
Okay, because
I
like on the card, it
really
just says Link like Rider in parentheses.
yeah I really like those ones for their functionality in games and also how they look. Because a lot of amiibo have like no purpose outside of the
It's looking
look.
cool.
Just
Yeah,
being a figure. Just being a figure.
yeah.
But
Which
the best is the Metroid amiibo.
The
there's
one
a
from Samus Returns.
I think so. It's just like not Metro, a Metroid like on the outside of it, like a broken container that it broke out
Yeah.
of or something. That was real cool.
that one does look good. Yeah, John, what's your favorite? Like, what are your top?
My favorite is the Dark Souls one. The Soulless Stare. I'm a big Dark Souls
Oh,
fan.
yeah.
There was a Dark Souls amiibo.
Yeah, there's a Dark
I
Souls
forgot
amiibo.
about that.
Oh, praise the sun. Is that
Praise the Sun. Yeah, that
that
one's
is
Praise the Sun.
hilarious. I didn't
It's
realize this
practically just
existed.
like I feel like it's just like a meme amiibo.
Yeah,
It's a memebo, a
a
memebo.
meme bow. Yeah,
Amiibo.
That
but
is
I do have every single Smash Bros. Amiibo so far, except for the Player 2 ones. I feel a little. I want the Player 2 Amiibo. Um, but yeah, the Dark Souls one's awesome. The Loftwing is awesome. I have that as well. The Monster Hunter amiibo are really nice. They're high quality.
those ones are really
Uh,
nice.
they're expensive though. I think the one's like $25.
Yeah,
But
they're.
yeah,
It seems it's wild to me how far behind they are from their Smash Bros releases. Because I think didn't we like just get the Banjo Kazooie amiibo pretty recently? The character's been out
yeah
for a long
yeah
while. I wish those like lined up better. I feel like that would be a nice addition.
and I think they said the next DLC ones won't be out for at least another year.
I mean, it seems like a good way to like boost sales to have them release at the same time.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah,
Sakurai just
amiibo
wants
don't
a
really do anything.
Sakurai just wants an excuse to come back for presentations. You know, after the last
Yeah.
character comes out, he's like, "Hey, I'm back, guys. We have an amiibo to show you. Here's the Waluigi
look
Smash
cool.
Bros. Amiibo.
They
They
fill
do.
up my
They
whole
do.
room.
They're excellent decor, and when they have that extra functionality, it's like perfect. Although people got real upset this last time when they like locked the Skyward Sword
Fast
thing.
travel.
That
Whatever,
wasn't
just don't buy
really
it.
fast travel. Gosh, it's funny because you know that you see complaints out there that are like Amiibo don't have enough functionality, and then they gave it functionality, and like, why did you lock this behind a paywall? It's like there's
It
just
was
no
the same
pleasing.
thing with those Metroid amiibo, like the one that you were just talking about with the Metroid out of the little container. That's how you unlocked hard mode on Samus Returns. People were not happy about that.
Yeah, yeah. So I guess I can see why they're kind of dying because people don't like
Yeah, like no
the
matter
locked
how
features.
they use them, someone's gonna be angry about it. About
Yeah,
locking features or about them having no functionality.
I feel
But I think
like
it's probably safer to just have no like real functionality. So that looks like
cosmetic.
fewer people.
Cosmetic, I feel like it
Yeah.
is the way to go.
Yeah.
like what they did with I mean Mario Kart had it, Mario Odyssey, where you can unlock different costumes using the amiibos. I think that's the way to go. Like just
The
add
Mario
more
Kart ones
cosmetics.
are really cool.
Yeah, yeah, those are sweet. Thank you for the question, $2 hero. Appreciate that. And our last question here, we're gonna close out the show with a question from Mason. It says Canada thoughts. That is my question. So we talked about this at the start of the show, but Mike and I actually both grew up pretty close to Canada. We were about an hour south of the border. So you know we like Canada.
I've technically been to Canada like twice, I think, but I was super young, so I have no recollection. I'm pretty sure we got ice cream while up there, though. I don't know. Canada has really good ice cream or something.
Yeah, I was over on the west coast. I think it's a beautiful area. Very green, very cold when it's winter time.
I heard there's a lot of Tim Hortons there.
Yeah, yeah. And then like maple, lots of maple
Yeah,
syrup, lots
maple
of
Got a lot of
syrup,
molasses,
yeah.
moose.
or meese, as the
Meese.
locals call them, I believe.
Some of them speaks French, some don't.
Yeah,
There's
that's true.
French Canada and French and non. I don't know.
Hockey is a big deal.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
hockey's big up there.
I will say. So those are my thoughts on Canada. Everybody that I have met from Canada has been so friendly, so nice, and just cool people. And then the area is really nice. Like it's nice looking. Canada's a pretty part of the world. I know literally nothing about the government in Canada, and anything else besides that. My experience with Canada has been positive. It's pretty expensive to be a gamer there, though. I think everything's like
Yeah, I think it's like $80 a Canadian.
yeah, $80 a game. It's like, man, that's pretty pricey. A lot of Nintendo podcasters in Canada. And that's why I know it's expensive to be a gamer, is because they constantly are talking about, man, it's $80 for this WarioWare game, you know. So I feel bad on that front. I wish it was cheaper to be a gamer, but you know, it's worth it still. Nintendo's still worth it to me. Do you guys have anything you want to add to the thoughts on Canada? We know, you know,
my Canadian knowledge.
Micah and I talked
like
to
their
the
anthem.
start of the show that we're going to talk up Canada as much as possible because we have quite a few listeners in Canada. So you know what, you guys are great, eh? terrible joke. Thank you all so much, and thanks for the questions for everybody in the community. I really appreciate that. So at this point of the show, we like to give John one more chance to plug your stuff. Where can people find you? Where would you like us to send people that listen to the cast?
I am the Johniibo everywhere, on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, MySpace, I think maybe, and yeah, that's about it. Twitter.
If you would like to follow our stuff, we are also all over the place. NintendoPals. You can find us on Twitter at NintendoPals and on Instagram and TikTok at NintendoPals Podcast. And then again, like we were talking at the start of the show, please hop on out and give us a 5-star review. Seriously, it really helps. This week, when we got our influx of new reviews, we show up in search results for the first time ever when you type in Nintendo Podcast.
Our name.
And it's been super great time there. And we are also on Twitch. That's where we primarily live stream the show and gaming. So we just crossed the line of 100 followers. Next thing we need to do is reach 150. I think is our next benchmark. And for this benchmark, I promised I'd do a Hey You Pikachu speed run, so I'll be doing that. So stay tuned for that playthrough. Big thanks to VGR for the theme music for our episode, and extra big thanks to John for agreeing to come out here and hang with us for an extra long episode. This is way longer than I told him it was going to be. It seems to be happening a lot. You know, we just had
hearing myself talk.
We just had a blast having you on, man. Like this, it's so fun. We had the, you know, you guys are a great crew over with Halo Infinite Podcast and Nintendo Powercast. Seriously, if you haven't checked out those shows, do that as well. And I think that's it. So, John, you want to give us a send-off, closing remark by John?
Thanks for watching, listening. Remember to pick up Halo Infinite when it comes out, December 8th, 2021.
Big fan. Big fan.
Oh, thank you guys so much for listening, and we'll talk to y'all next week.